I'll say, I think I'm live now. I think I'm live now. I think. I'm not totally sure, but I feel like I am. Could be wrong. Okay. See if this works. Connected YouTube successfully. Okay. There's that. You're on. Okay, that was the cause. It was not on public. It was in private. Okay, that happened. I finally got that to work. Now, hold on. There's something I want to check. Okay. We have everything in set, but I want to do something a little different. I made two different layouts. I made a different layout. Turn this down. I don't know if it's just okay. So, all right. So, let's see. Hello. Okay.
Hey, it's in.
Okay. All right. So we have two different types of layouts that I have here. I want to see if you guys rather one over the other. So I have this one, and I have this one. Would you guys rather reaction 2 or reaction 1? That's good. What do you guys rather? Oh, it's on. I forgot. It's on. You guys are watching on YouTube. You have to go to. Now that puts things in perspective. Hmm. Oh, okay. Okay, wait. No, that just puts things in perspective. Hmm. Okay. Okay. What I can do is this. I will stop the stream on YouTube and go straight to regular YouTube size, and you guys can see the different layout. I may have to do that. Let's stop the stupid music. Okay. Yeah, I may have to do that instead because you guys are not gonna be because most of you are gonna be on YouTube anyway. I think most of you are just gonna stay on YouTube. I do not think you're gonna move to Twitch. So, and no one comes to Twitch. So what I'll do. Hmm. Okay. What do you guys rather? Me do the layout this way, how I have it right now, um, or I can switch it into a new layout, but it will be on YouTube horizontal. It will not be on YouTube Shorts. Oh, maybe it should be on YouTube Shorts, because I think YouTube Shorts is easier. I don't know. I know any people. I don't know. It's weird. Hmm. You know what? No, I'm gonna leave it alone. So this will do for phone. No, I mean like YouTube. I mean not Twitch. Let me see. So I'll probably put it this way. So this is what I'm gonna do. I think this is the best way of doing it. I'm gonna leave everything alone, but on YouTube, but on Twitch, it's gonna look different. It looks different on Twitch, slightly different, but different enough. All right. So what I'm gonna do this way. We're gonna. I know most of you want to be on the phone, so I guess that's easier. Let's go. All right. So yeah, I think this is might be the best way of doing things. All right. Maybe main focus on that. Wait, what? Oh, you what? I don't know why my account rested, so I'm not mod here. First time chat. Did you change your shit? Go onto your last account. Did you make what? Channel. I think this is the better version. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it this way. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one. Hold on. This is a new account? Did you just make this account? No, never mind. Forget it. I'll give it to you. Anyway. No, it's old. It's old. Okay. I don't know why that's weird. All right. So what we're gonna do? I'm not gonna restart the stream. I'm gonna leave it how it is. I'm gonna put the art. Where's my? Where's? Okay, there it is. I was wondering why I was looking like that. Okay. Clips. Why does it look like that? I can make it too small. Yeah, that don't look good. So. Oh, okay. I think. Alright, so I'm going to grab this. Wait, what the fuck? What the hell? How did this? Okay. Wait, if I remove that. Okay, no. Okay. That's a weird one. That was weird as hell. Okay, like that. No! Come on, stop being weird. Stop being weird. Stop being weird. Oh my god. Okay. There we go. Alright. So the difference between this, what we're doing is reactions, focusing only on reactions. No, actually, I just realized how much I forgot that what I did on this was different compared to what I did landscape wise for Twitch. The reason why I'm using Twitch to do this is because, well, I can just rip off the video and post it on the other channel as content, so I don't have to like, I don't know, what's the right word? I don't have to do a bunch of like bells and whistles. It just makes it easier for me to make the content the best way I can without doing too much work on my behalf. So I made it the way I did. The reaction box is up here in the corner for those who can see it. I'm pretty sure most of you can see it. Why is this? Yeah, right about here. All right. I try my best to. Okay. Where is game reaction clip group me? That's what I want. And then I'm gonna move me a little more that way so you guys can see the reaction box. For those who are on what do you call it, on the vertical. There we go, like that. So you guys can actually see it. Okay. That's taken care of. Now on horizontal, for those who are not seeing this, it's going to be much easier to see what I'm doing. There we go. Wait, why is that? Okay. Going to up there. There we go. And close that off. Alright, so this is how it's going to look for now on for the other channel. So whenever I'm doing reactions, you get you see the giant. I think this is best. I think. If you guys want to come on Twitch and see how it looks, this is what it's going to look like. There's two versions. There's the one with me doing artwork on the side, and there's the one with no artwork at all, and it's just a chat, the TV, and me. There's no artwork. So I guess it'll make it seem more focused to do reactions like this. It'll be more focused. I'm much bigger on the side. I'm not small. Compared to like previous stuff, and the TV, the reaction TV is much bigger, so everyone can see it. It's not this small little box. Plus, I put a bunch of stuff around it to seem transformative, and it's stretched out and all the other stuff. So yeah, maybe that works. We'll see. All right. So but for those who are on vertical, you'll be seeing me doing artwork anyway. So. And question, is anyone having any buffering issues? Are you having any audio buffering issues? Am I like glitching out? Am I having any issues whatsoever? Please let me know. Because I know you guys was having a hard time last time. If you do have a hard time to the point it becomes a constant problem or a interrupting issue, then I will just have to use the phone as an alternative, which is annoying, but then again, I guess it'll be less problematic. I don't know. So you guys tell me. Is it easier? Let's see now. It'll be easier. No, okay, no issues. Okay. Alright, so I guess this is going to be the layout from now on. So whenever I'm doing YouTube, okay, so whenever I'm doing YouTube, interesting. Alright. Alright. I gotta stop saying that. Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Artextric, and today we're going to be doing our first. Thanks being for the thing. Okay. We're gonna do our first legitimate subject. I don't know, topic / whatever, a reaction video. So this is not the first time we're doing reactions, but this is the first time we're doing it more focused for the other channel. The reason why I'm not doing it on that channel because this is a bigger channel and it brings in more people, and I might just flood the other people over there, or I may just stream over there instead. Might have to do that in the future so it doesn't feel overwhelming, but we'll see. So I'm trying to get you guys to follow the reactions channel whenever you guys can get the chance. It'll be really appreciated if you did, because that's where all the YouTube video will be going. So most of the videos that we're gonna be focusing on is not really anti-woke stuff, but anti-woke stuff will come in, but they won't be the sole reason why I'm doing this. It's mostly for the anime stuff, the funny stuff, the cringe stuff. Because I don't want to make my channel political, because that's not the point. Because that was never the point in the first place anyway. All right. So as we are watching, let me fix one thing real quick. I feel like the chat is cut off in a very strange way. Let me see. Let me see. Where are you, chat? There we go. That's way better. Okay. Now I still have to fix the chat a little bit. It looks kind of weird. Looks like it's too crushed in. I may have to replace it with something else. Anyway, so let me put it right there for now. Alright, so this is Ademion. For those who don't know, Ademion is a commentator on the gaming industry, on what's going on, like most of other anti-woke creators who are out there who's trying to get the gaming space back to where it once was, making great games great again, as they say. So, it says here, BioWare director calls out Gamergate 2 and spits on anti-woke YouTubers. Just to be clear, we're gonna just do like one or two anti-woke videos. I'll just do this one for today, and then everything else we're doing is anime related, Marvel related. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that has at least a positive or funny spin. So, like I said, I don't want to make this channel or the other one political at all.
Demion, and I can't believe it, but yes, it's almost the end of December, and here I am talking about Dragon Age Veilguard.
Oh wait,
But now the game.
wait. I don't know if you guys can hear it, so let's just make sure you guys can hear it correctly, because I'm not gonna assume you can hear it, and then you guys didn't hear a damn thing, just sitting in silence. Alright, so I'm gonna grab that first, and then go here. Okay. Make sure you guys can hear it.
Director has decided, amidst horrific losses and rejection by both players and critics, that now was a good time to.
Why is it? What? What the fuck? Why is it? Oh, wait. What? Why is it? Hold on. Why is it not? Okay, that's weird. I guess I'll just use this instead. Wait. Yeah, I guess I'll just use that.
Start pushing lies.
Okay, let's start over. Anyway, this is BioWare director calls out Gamergate 2 and spits on anti-woke YouTubers plus Dragon Veilguard burns from Ademion. You know who Demion is? He's pretty much an anti-woke content creator who's trying to get the gaming space back to what once it was, as great it used to be, and all that great stuff. So if you don't like him, I understand. But then again, I understand what he's trying to do, and I respect it. So let's see.
It's Demion, and I can't believe it, but yes, it's almost the end of December, and here I am talking about Dragon Age Veilguard. But now the game's director has decided, amidst horrific losses and rejection by both players and critics, that now was a good time to start pushing lies in order to change the narrative. Firstly, Inverse.com, which is known for being a place full of yes, they, thems that hate players, has decided to release this article on Veilguard's director, and it's titled Corinne Bush is the ruler of RPGs, conqueror of haters. Yeah, already the article is gaslighting the reader because Corinne Bush hasn't done neither of these things. Let's not forget that Veilguard didn't win anything at the Game Awards. It lost in the only category that it was nominated in, which, by the way, wasn't even for Best RPG, which is hilarious and should tell you everything that you need to know. But besides that, Veilguard was a failure as well financially too. It only managed, according to Smash JT's sources, to sell somewhere around 1.5 million copies, which is abysmal for a game that was in development for the better part of 10 years and went through multiple renditions. Many Dragon Age fans, myself included, have blasted Veilguard for being nothing like the previous games. Gone are the dark fantasy roots, gone are any and all controversial elements that were key to previous games in the franchise. Everything has been sanded off to ensure the entire experience is as Fisher Price friendly as its art style looks. Nothing can offend or challenge the player, neither in mind, body, or soul. Everyone has to agree with you that there can't be any internal strife within these characters in your party either. And you know things are cooked when BioWare made the executive decision to not allow party members to be playable in the game either, which is a legit staple of the series, by the way, so gone are even the strategic elements of previous games. So what you're left with is a baby's first RPG that might as well as have the Rugrats theme playing faintly in the background the entire time you're playing it, because that's
God
what
damn.
Veilguard is.
Oh, that
Hey
sucks.
you, are you tired of not being able to look up how to do
sucks.
CPR on your grandma because YouTube is showing you a 2-minute ad for Pizza Hut? Then
That is wild. I
find the
know.
game to be an offense to the RPG moniker, a creature that is wearing a flesh suit that is disguising itself as something that it isn't. Veilguard is garbage. I implore nobody waste
It walks down the uncanny valley, I guess.
their time on it and just pretends like it never happened going forward. But of course, then there's this part of this inverse article that gasses up mid like it's a 10 out of 10, which says, when it comes to authenticity in games, plenty of directors and developers talk the talk, but Corinne Bush is the rare game maker who delivers. From her time with The Sims to Dragon Age, Bush has always brought a deep sense of humanity to the game, putting characters first and never shying away from nuance or complexity in identity, relationships, and existential crises. It's what makes Bush a leader in the industry and why BioWare tried so hard to carry on the Dragon Age series legacy with Veilguard. But Bush isn't finished yet. She's come a long way in the industry and has wisdom to impart and more projects to come. Wow, everything you just said inverse was a complete and total lie. Like,
This sounds like you're just gassing up this lady's head. Sounds like you're just gassing up someone who doesn't deserve to be there. 9 times out of 10. I'm sorry, I'm moving around. Gotta get my pen.
I'm not kidding. Genuinely, everything that was said is just flat out not true when it comes to Dragon Age. Saying that plenty of game directors don't deliver an authenticity is just a lie.
Hey,
and
bro.
stating that Corinne Bush here delivers is hilarious when it's the exact opposite. Plenty of directors deliver. Look at all the games that did well this year, like Space Marine, Black Myth Wukong, or even Stellar Blade. One of the games that didn't deliver was Veilguard, which your article is about, so why are you lying like this? The game couldn't even break 100,000 players on Steam in its debut weekend. I don't understand why games journalists and devs lie like this when it's so easy to pick them apart and prove otherwise. You guys are just lining yourselves up to get slapped around like this. You know that, right? And that part where Inverse says putting characters first and never shying away from nuance or complexity and identity,
Right.
relationships, and whatever else,
Right.
that's also a lie. Look, I played Veilguard 100% of the game. I did everything. All this footage you're seeing is from my playthrough of the game itself. There is no nuance or complexity. Identity, sure, because Corinne Bush here, who's trans, obviously has an agenda of their own. Because every single prominent leader in this game that is considered a good guy is almost always either gay or trans themselves. The Shadow Dragons has a trans woman leader, the Veil Jumpers have not one but two gay leaders, and it just keeps going on, man. The agenda was about as thin as the lies being told in this very article. The game was an unmitigated disaster from beginning to end. And claiming that Veilguard did in any way give players a complex narrative is an insult to actual games out there that do just that. There is nothing complex about a game that doesn't allow you to be a villain, but only a hero, unlike previous games. There's nothing complex when you can't kick out any of your team members or disagree with them in any meaningful way that have real ramifications. All you can do is agree with and support their beliefs, like Tosh and her non-binary nonsense that I'm sure you're aware of.
Yep.
There is no nuance in Veilguard. I guarantee you in a year's time, you'll be seeing plenty of video essays that are like 4 hours long, where people will go through and dissect the entire game for how awful it really is, or maybe they won't even do that. Because ultimately, it doesn't matter anymore anyway. This new BioWare has effectively killed Dragon Age anyways. And then confirming that Corinne is still employed at BioWare and is working on other things, that is the cherry on top. The epitome of failing upward like many other woke activists do in other companies and fields as well. They all just ruin things, make zero money, and then tank franchises, yet the people who ultimately make these decisions are scared liberals who don't want to be labeled as evil.
But this is the problem. Like, after a while, when you're losing enough money, when's no means no. We're not doing this anymore. It's not working. When does that happen? When does that actually like, or do we have to slowly cut our arm off like a coyote who's gnawing his leg off so it gets out of the bear trap or whatever the fuck? Is that what that is? Because when do you say no and say, you know what, this is not working? Because if it was working, we wouldn't be in this predicament. But obviously, it's not working. It seems like whatever the East is doing over there seems like it's working. In my opinion, it just seems like it's working. You know, it's not an attack on you. It just doesn't work. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of this stuff that's happening in the gaming industry is like what happened in the 70s. Like, you know how disco was like free love and all that stuff, or like disco, the dancing thing, the genre like died, just like how being a hippie kind of died off in the 70s. I think that's what we're in. We're at that post era situation where all this is coming to an end. Yeah, right? So like it's weird where they have to it's weird that they have to like do this thing where they have to like slowly gnaw off their arm off from this. Like they have to make different like they have to word their shit differently. They have to like kind of move and jive kind of differently. Yeah, it's getting annoying after a while. Like bro, this you have to say no. Like I understand that you don't want to be mean, but sometimes being mean has its merits. Be mean. Be mean. Be rude. Cuz you'll get what you want. You might not get a positive response, but you'll get what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of wild to me. Jesus.
So, like always, they will just sign the checks, look the other way, as yet another franchise is burned to the ground in the process, and even more money is lost in the long run. Some reports online claim that Veilguard's budget was around $250 million, if you can believe it. And I think we all want to ask, where did that money go?
Go. Where
Probably
did
only
it go?
Fallout 4 if we're being real. The Witcher 3 cost $81 million to make a comparison. Yes, Veilguard had about 3 times the budget or so of The Witcher 3. Now you can ask yourself, where did this money go?
Bro, it had 3 times the budget. Yeah, be assertive. Just like, be like, dude, like this is not working. Stop. It's not working. These storylines are not working. These characters are not working. I don't even think like I think the worst thing that these companies have done isn't that they're trying to push inclusivity. I think the problem is that they didn't make it as genuine as possible. They just kind of forced it. I'm looking at you, Larry Fink. You kind of forced it, and because you forced it, you're not getting a positive response, right? It's like this. It's like when they use the term "no" means no to like men, like when feminists say "no" means no. So why is it okay to keep pushing something that people keep saying no to? You know what I'm saying? It's obvious in most of these movies, video games that have these type of messaging does not work because what's funny is this is not like an anti woke thing to a point. It's not an anti woke thing where to a point where people are like they're familiar with the nuances of these terms like woke and anti woke like rhetoric. They're just usually casual people like your mom, your dad, your grandpa, your aunts and uncles, right? And then they don't know these terms. They just kind of like they just go past them and don't really take note of them at all because they think it's just nonsense. But after a while, they're gonna get used to these terms and start realizing how annoying these people truly are. Hello.
Exactly. This 20 million must have just gone to soy lattes for the entire team, man. I don't see how that much money made it into this game at all. It's not even a massive game. The cutscenes are not wildly impressive. The facial animations are bog standard at best. The fact that The Witcher 3 came out 9 years prior to Veilguard both looks better, plays better, and is way bigger just kind of shows you what I mean. Corinne Bush should never direct a big budget RPG
Ever
game
again.
ever again, in my opinion. All they did was kill a franchise with their politics, and the fact that Inverse is trying to prop them up as some sort of savior is honestly insulting to the real game devs out here who are actually delivering great games to players. This article should have been about Dmitry Grigorenko, the guy who directed Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 instead, because that guy actually delivered a game that spoke to its audience, sold well, and continues to thrive even to this day. Shame on you, Inverse, but we're not done, of course. There's plenty more slop where this came from. Corinne then says, "It's not lost on me and it's not lost on the team how important these games are in people's lives. Coming into this game, that's a tremendous feeling of accountability. And of needing to be true and authentic to what these games means to people. Well, I think I speak for everyone when I say you guys failed spectacularly. You not only didn't meet expectations, you actually fumbled what was considered one of the best jumping off points for an RPG in years. You had Solus, you had the momentum, the hype, and for what? To finish that plot thread in 30 minutes? Only to pick it
Damn.
up in the last mission for maybe another 20 minutes or so? I said this before in other videos. But Veilguard is actually like if Avengers Infinity War put Thanos in jail 10 minutes into watching it. And then like Ebony Maw was the bad guy for the rest of the movie until Thanos shows up in the last 10 minutes in Endgame. It was a tremendous loss of potential on display here, truly horrible in every way. But this next part is just a lie, man. Look at this. That holistic sense of character is a big part of what's made Dragon Age so successful and lasting. Its influence is clear to see, especially in the 2023 Game of the Year Baldur's Gate 3, which heavily borrows from the world and party member design of Dragon Age games. It's a connection that's been pointed out by countless fans and critics, but what's fascinating is how BG3 and Veilguard feel like they're advancing different aspects of Dragon Age's identity. First of all, never compare Baldur's Gate 3 to Veilguard. That's like comparing premium beef to a rotting sausage. Corinne Bush cannot claim to have known what made those Dragon Age games special in development, because they were not present when those games were being made at BioWare. Remember that John Epler, who actually is a producer on Veilguard, was at BioWare during Origin's development. And he even said, as I'll show you on screen here, that he said there's fewer than 20 people left at BioWare who are even familiar with the engine that Origins was made on. He pretty much ousted BioWare and told the public that the entire dev studio is made up of people who didn't work on these original games. So Corinne Bush, the director of Veilguard, is also one of those people who also came in after the greatness was created by...
So what we need to do from now on, as gamers, is stop assuming that when a company that you've known for a while that made a good game and finished said game, like a trilogy or something, like the Batman Arkham series, we gotta stop assuming because it's Arkham, therefore the same people are still there. Just assume that they're not there. In this time of era, if you're talking about anything past 2015 or higher, do not assume that they're still at the company. Just assume that they're not there. Look at it like a fresh new coat of paint that you're not gonna like. Because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to like it. And even if they remastered the said thing that exists, they're going to take out things that they're going to consider Prom Max, so it's not even the game that you bought. It's not even a better version. It's just a more dimmer version of what you remember. You're better off just playing the same game that you have in your room right now. So that's pretty much what you should do.
Far better creatives. So claiming this team knows Dragon Age is a lie. They don't. They proved this when they thought what they made was good enough to release it to an eager fan base. I'll give them credit at least. The game ran well and didn't crash, but when it came to making new characters for fans to love in this world, they failed miserably. I mean, you know what's bad when senior writers who had credits all the way back on Mass Effect 2 have publicly stated that they have left BioWare effective immediately recently too. Sylvia wait, how do you pronounce that last name? Fecca Tacutti? I don't know, man. Anyway, Sylvia Fettuccini has left BioWare
2010. If it's in the, what do you say, like past 2015? I don't think so. Oh, so if it's early 2010s, then you're fine. But if it's like 2015, 2016, if it's past at least 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, you're pretty much cooked.
We're claiming they're pretty much burnt out and need a break, and I don't blame them. So great, BioWare, you lost another legacy dev. Good job. Then there's this other
Okay.
Inverse article where Corinne basically states that their trans identity had a big influence on Veilguard. Yeah, we could tell. You put it literally everywhere. For a series that rarely dealt with this, outside of maybe one side character in Iron Bull's team in Inquisition, y'all decided to make almost everyone in a prominent position gay or trans on purpose. And it was so blatantly obvious, it took me out of the world every single time someone stated it. Oh my god, and then there's this next part. Like, guys, please listen to this without laughing. To Bush and the team, it felt like the right time to really take Dragon Age's exploration of identity further. Especially with a character like Rook that's so molded by the player's personal feelings and thoughts. But one of the more interesting strides Vilgard makes is allowing you to share experiences, including romances. With a compelling cast of party members, easily some of the most memorable characters BioWare has ever created.
What the f are you talking about?
What they're trying to say is that what they're trying to normalize is that what's considered complex is just the orientation, and that's it. That's really much it. That's pretty much what it is. It's just like, I am beyond what is considered normal, so therefore I am complex. That's it. That's it. Oh, and I'm very nice. That, and like, they're in. I watch people play Dragon Veil, and I noticed that you cannot be mean in that game. You cannot be mean in the game. You cannot be villainous in the game. You can't curse people out. You can't beat them up. You can't do anything. You can't have a a distraught conversation with someone. You can't. Because when you pick the part that is actually considered somewhat rude in some way, it gets it's literally, it gets watered down. So, like, say for instance, there's like a conversational sequence where you can pick what you want to say, and say there's a option saying, "That's great. I don't think that's a good idea. Are you stupid?" Right? And then when you pick, "Are you stupid?" You gotta be kidding me. That's what they're gonna say. That's Dragonville in a nutshell. So if you played any game like I'll say Skyrim, Mass Effect, anything, or I think Fable had this at one point, but I don't think so. They gave you they gave you like like options to pick of what choices. I think they kind of mattered, and then it just stopped. I don't think it kind of mattered at the far end. But like, the point is, like, you cannot have a rude conversation. You cannot be rude. It holds your hand, and it waters everything down. So you can't even call someone stupid in a game like Dragon Veil, which is considered what? I don't think it's mature. I think it's teen, rated teen. I think it's teen. So you can't even be like a rude teenager or an angsty teenager, right? You have to be like passive aggressive. Wow, that really shoots up the fun in that.
Hey, yo, what are you smoking over there in Inverse? This sounds like some good stuff. God damn, dude. Veilguard is some of the best characters in BioWare history. What? Y'all are telling me Tosh or Lucanus holds a candle to Garrus, Liara, Morrigan, or Rex? You are crazy, dude. These people have lost their composure. There's no way they wrote this without Corinne breathing down their shoulder, bro. Come on now. This article is gaslighting me, dude. I can feel my blood pressure starting to go Kaioken right now. Not quite Super Saiyan, but we'll see. Then they pivot the conversation to Gamergate 2 in the backlash, and oh boy, okay, here we go, and it states, Dragon Age is far from the only game that's come under fire recently, particularly for inclusions of diversity or diverse storytelling. For most of this year,
And Fallout
Assassin's Creed
4.
Shadows
There you go.
has been the constant target
You're
of
right. Same as Fallout 4 as well.
hate campaign, with Ubisoft's art director recently condemning the backlash and harassment the studio and team has faced. The creator of the indie game Tales of Kenzara Zhao, Abubakar Salim, has also been vocal about the fever pitch of racism the game and its team have received. These kinds of events seem to be happening more and more, but for BioWare and Bush, the focus is on celebrating what the team has created. I know, and something that's very important to me is that games are inherently diverse when you think about the size of these teams and the specializations you have within them. When you have diverse, complex, large groups of people coming together to make something, of course the game is going to be a reflection of those teams, says Bush. I think we need to consider that we can make the most authentic, best experiences when we're tying into what makes us as the developers, and you as the fans, when we can tie into those elements that make us distinctly human, and that means differences. Well, Corinne, you failed. You made the worst Dragon Age game yet. It sold like crap, got ignored by basically everyone comes award season, except for Time Magazine, which said that Veilguard was its game of the year, but Time Magazine isn't even a gaming magazine or website, so who really cares what they think? The point is that you guys made a game for a very small demographic of people, specifically trans and non-binary players, and then pretty much ignored the vast majority of the player base out there while assuming that it would...
Who is a very small percentage of people? I'm not even kidding. It's a super small percentage of people who's actually those things. Like legitimacy. Not by social contagion. There is a small subsection of those people. They're not enough to anchor your game. That's what makes this funny. There's not enough of them to anchor that game to get to where it needs to be based on how much they spend to make said game. Like they did with The Witcher 3, I think. It was Witcher 3? Witcher 2, Witcher 3. So, that tells you right there.
Sell simply because it had Dragon Age in the title. And what you ended up with is a bad RPG that was made for nobody but yourselves at BioWare. We already know that BioWare hires based on identity. I covered this a while back already. We know they're full of activists. We know they're panicking about Mass Effect 5. Again, I covered that too before as well. We know that Veilguard is not a triumph. It did not move the needle or sell what they believed was required for it to make it a success. And claiming that this team, besides a very small amount of them, had any part in the classics of BioWare before is ridiculous. This is the equivalent of a Michelin star restaurant being bought by people who've never cooked before, and assuming that they could ride the name of the establishment to success by selling you lukewarm mac and cheese instead of steak tenderloin. Everything BioWare did with Veilguard should be rightfully blasted and criticized.
Mac and
As a massive
cheese.
fan of both Mass Effect and Dragon
Mac and
Age,
cheese.
I condemn Veilguard to the darkest depths of irrelevancy. I implore no game studio ever does what BioWare did here with a franchise this popular. To take a tentpole RPG franchise and reduce it to this weird, mobile game-esque woke disaster takes such delusion, it's incredible that EA released it in the...
Hey guys, did
Mac
you know
and
some
cheese.
drivers are
Mac and cheese, bro. What's up with that mac and cheese?
reason why
first place. Shame on BioWare, shame on the director here, and shame on Inverse.com to have ever thought releasing this article would change public perception of the game going forward. And then saying that Veilguard is some of BioWare's best writing. Don't you dare even try to make that into something. How dare you all stand where greatness once was? To think that a studio that delivered the greatest trilogy of RPGs ever conceived, and a reactive and beautifully rich world in Dragon Age be reduced to such ruin years after they failed with Anthem 2, by the way, it astounds me. Like, you guys released the Legendary Edition of Mass Effect, you saw the response to those games, you saw how badly players yearned for new experiences that harken to those golden years. And in your blasphemous woke wisdom, you disregarded all of that for this instead. I feel nothing but disdain for Veilguard, this article, and Corinne Bush. You killed one of my favorite game franchises. May you never put a single line of script or dialogue into anything Dragon Age related ever again. Mass Effect 2. Shame on all of you. Your agenda killed something that I and many others waited 10 long years for. I'm just bewildered these people actually thought they did something here. Also, let's quickly talk about the journalist who wrote this. Don't harass this person, by the way, but like always, I just want to point out the patterns that I noticed. The writer of this Inverse piece is named Hayes Madsen, a white guy who really doesn't like white people, apparently. Fandom Pulse compiled these, and in one of these examples, Ninja...
Okay, we need to stop this. This is a very strange... I find this extremely strange, where there is actually a high subset of white people who don't like their own race for whatever reason. Like, there's no perfect race. Every race has their problems in their own way, shape, or form, whether it's obvious or somewhat underlined in some short. No one's perfect, right? No race is perfect. No idea is perfect. No anything is perfect, right? But to be a white person, to be constantly hating on other white people is ironic and stupid in itself. Now, if you're pointing out something that is kind of like, you know, something historical to a certain degree, I get that. But to constantly hate on white people for everything, and you happen to be white, for pretty much for unreasonable reasons, like especially like microaggressions and stuff. I know it's weird. It's like I notice other races don't really advocate shit like this. You notice that like okay, so like if a black person is talking just insanely bad about other black people, Most black people don't take that, and they usually go after them, right? Like, if you're making an obvious fact on something, I can't go against you. But when you're just, I'm not even saying making up, but when you're just making rhetoric to fit your narrative every second, that's kind of crazy. Like, I understand not everyone is perfect. No one's perfect. No race is perfect. You have to understand that. But to always constantly go after white people all the time as a white person, or like an Asian person talking crazy about Asian people, like it's weird. I find that weird. That's a weird thing. It's a weird self-hate thing.
Ninja, the streamer, says that it's not his job to talk about
And I don't even
kids
think
and
it's a
privilege.
I don't even think it's a self-hate thing. I think what it is, it's like it's a masking veil where um it's like if I'm friends with the bully, I don't get bullied. So as long as I'm friends with the people who are making things uncomfortable, I won't be uncomfortable. So it's like every man for himself. So I'll throw my fellow man under the bus because I don't get fucked with. Right? Does that make sense? So like if I'm a person who happens to be super woke, super white, or whatever case may be, and I'm talking on the behalf of like black people, certain minorities and I guess orientations that even I don't even uh subscribe to like that. But I have to do it because it's my white privilege or something like that. I think that's a weird like a weird white savior god complex where you're trying to it's like as long as I make fun of or make the people who look like me suffer, I look like the hero in your story by trying to denounce myself and my people. Yeah, and then you see when and then when you see when things like what Brian just said, when things get crazy, you really see their true colors when they because when it's like it's kind of like the simp complex, right? It's like for those who saw ReZero season, I think it was season 1 or season 2. Let me see. He said is it to say yeah, it's like they're trying it's like as long as I'm being like okay, it's like that saying where they say black people can't be racist because it's a power structure thing. No, anyone can be racist. I think that's a stupid ideology because it like oh season 1 where okay, so perfect example when Subaru was going through the nonsense he was going through to save I think her name was Amelia, if I remember right. I haven't seen the show in a while, but like Amelia, the elf girl. There was a situation where he kept on dying a lot. I mean like a lot. To the point it was mentally fucking with him because it must be wild to die a lot. Just dying once sounds like a lot. Just dying 1,010 times trying to get it right must be scary-ish because it probably doesn't feel any more better or doesn't get used to in the slightest, you know, because it's yeah, in every way he died in like almost every possible way, right? In horrific ways, right? So when and what's sad about this every time he dies and he has to do a restart of his life, he has to yeah, it can be it's equally as right when you know, we love to be yes, away from us. Yes, you see what I'm saying? That's wild. And then this is like the Latinx thing where uh yeah, it's like the Latinx thing where in Spider-Man they're trying to teach white people are trying to tell Hispanic people how they should do their language because it's not inclusive enough or whatever the fuck. And most Hispanics don't fuck with that because they're like that's not how things go. Yeah, you're not gonna tell me how I do my language. It's just you're just not gonna systematically change it just because it's not inclusive to you or some stupid shit because we do the male female thing with the words. Like you can go screw yourself on that one. You know what I'm saying? Um, but if you're a Hispanic and you say you're not for this Latinx thing, Now you're a system. You are a brainwashed racist or something like that, or a pick me or some stupid term they use. It's a way to it's a shame tactic to make you fall in line. So that's what it is. The left is really good at doing this. Progressives specifically, they are very good at using tactics of shame to isolate said person from what group they are most subscribed to. If the ideology is strong enough, it's kind of crazy. It goes beyond just white. It goes from any group of like race in that sense. So like back when I was saying about the whole ReZero thing, when Subaru kept dying and he's trying to save Amelia from the situation that's happening, and then I'd rather be called a slur. That just sounds weird. But after because remember every time what's the name Subaru dies, he starts from a checkpoint from last where because the show is kind of structured like a video game in the most isekai / Dark Souls way possible, right? So when he dies to a certain checkpoint in the show, he has to contain memories of what he has done, but people don't remember from that last save. So it's like you're starting a new game based on the last save he was on. So she doesn't remember anything he has said or done from that point on till he dies again to the next checkpoint. So there was a point where he loses his mind and starts going off on her because she's asking him a question on why he's doing this, why is he acting very strange, why you're putting yourself at risk, all these type of things. And he just goes off on this woman, saying that he tries to protect her, he does everything for her. You should kiss the ground that I walk on. All this type of response. It's like a simp response because they feel like as long as I'm nice to the girl, therefore you should give me what I want. Or I've been there for you because no one else has. So therefore, because I was there for you as your friend, I deserve something out of you. Not the respect or the mutual understanding or the platonic relationship that we should be having. No, you should give me something out of that because like, how dare you use me in the sense of not being romantically interested in me. That's why I don't really trust a lot of male feminists. They're kind of snake in the grass like that to a certain degree. They usually are the ones that hate women, which is ironic in itself. Like most of the feminists do not claim they don't like men or like specific type of men, but nine times out of 10, those are the men that they usually go for and have sex with. Right? So like they're not usually having relations with the male feminists. They're having sex with the dudes that they hate, like the Chad, the Tyrones, the Bryces, all of them, but not the dude who, drives a Prius. You know what I'm saying? Like it to a certain degree, or trying to save the world and all that stuff. No, or be out there with them on the activist thing. They usually go for the dude that they do hate because that's the dude that they actually want to be with 9 times out of 10. It's just that the reason why they hate them is because it didn't go the way they wanted, or the dude is selfish, or he's an idiot, or he's just both. He's either an idiot, selfish individual, and usually uses them and toss them out when they're not in requirement of whatever they need them to be. And then when they want a commitment, the dude either doesn't commit, and then it is what it is. And then you get yourself, you're a feminist, this jaded individual who's been hurt by this person. It's not even just from the person, it's more like a father thing. Like they have problems with their dad 9 times out of 10, and they project those problems onto the boyfriend that they'll have, and they'll probably have the same traits as their father that they hate, and then want to be with that dude. But if they get with a dude who doesn't resemble much of their father's traits, they see him as a simp, a loser, a weirdo, or a desperate individual, or especially if their luck is down and they really have no other options, they'll take the dude who's for them for the time. But 9 times out of 10, they want the other guy. It is what it is. It happens. But then again, like this is what I'm talking about. So like it's like you're throw. So what Subaru do is kind of throw Emilia under that metaphorical bus where you have because I'm putting the effort to protect you from yourself, you should praise me. So it's like when certain white people be like, I'm going to denounce my race and denounce my people and say all these evil things and they're all evil and I'm in X, Y, and Z and I talk for minorities. And then when you hear them talk for minorities, it almost sounds kind of racist. No, actually usually sounds extremely racist 9 times out of 10. Almost condescending to a certain degree, if you get what I'm saying. But and if a minority were to talk against that rhetoric, somehow that white person who denounces their race will actually be more racist toward the minority than their own people. When the minority actually calls them out for being a two-face. And when they do that, they actually start calling them a bunch of slurs. It's just like, it's kind of funny. It's like, wow, you caught me in my bullshit. I'm not racist. I have black friends. I'm not racist. I have Asian friends. Or was it her name? What was that woman on The View? I forgot her name. She said the black community that she I forgot her name. She was on The View. I think it's canceled now. I don't remember, but like, she was caught wearing blackface or something way back when, and she came out of nowhere. Oh, not nowhere. She was being accused of it online on the show. And then she said, hey, the black community had my back. The black community had my back. And she said something condescending. Or like when, what was her name? Ozzy Osbourne's daughter was on The View. And she was talking crazy about Donald Trump way back when. I think it was in 2017, 2016, 2016, 2017, 2018. And she said the most insane thing. She didn't realize how bad it was when our cast members like, uh-oh. So she says something around the lines of like how racist Trump's is towards Latinos or Hispanic people, right? And she's like, "You're so racist towards Latinos, and you don't want them in your country. Who's going to clean your toilet if you don't have someone in your country like the Latinos, Donald Trump?" She said that with such bass in her voice, not realizing how racist that truly was. And when she said it, it's forever a meme. You can look it up. Her cast members kind of like gasped. She's like, "Oh no, like no, no." And then once they said no, she realized, "Oh, I have to recoil back because like it's not gonna no." So she tried to save face. It was the funniest thing. I was like, bro, like let them talk a little longer. That's the thing. These individuals who try to do this, these white savior individuals, if you let them talk long enough, you start hearing the racism come through pretty fast.
Or anything like that. To which Hayes Madsen would reply, "It's not my job to recognize my white privilege on my massive platform. It's just about the most white privilege thing I've ever heard." Ah, of course. You're like this, Hayes. You are one of those liberal guys, aren't you? Then another post where people talk about rioting and the Boston Tea Party.
Yep.
Hayes would reply, "Boy, I can't stand white people."
Yep.
Imagine hating yourself this much that you resort to bashing your own skin color. This was in 2020, dude, and no likes? So you're just hating your own demo for nothing but the love of the game? That's
crazy.
Crazy. Hayes also said in 2020 about Black Lives Matter, "It's disheartening then not seeing any of your white family members speak out against racial injustice."
Why is it their job to do that, though? Why is it their job to do that? Is much less their job is as if it's their job. Why is it their job to talk about something they have no business in? They don't care for. They like what the fuck?
They talk about rioting and property damage, but won't talk about systematic racism.
Why don't you do it? Why do you want your family? Oh, because you're scared. Because you know if you say something wild, you might get the backlash. So if you have someone else do it, You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
and police violence. Not one word. It's up to us to hold our family to account. Black Lives Matter.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
man.
Want the effects of Viagra, but
You
faster?
you can't even be a person who's trying to stay out of problems. You're the problem by staying out of the problem. Ain't that crazy? So it's like those people who say it's political if you don't say anything, and it's political if you say anything. So you're doomed if you do, and you're doomed if you don't. So they're trying to get you to do. So even if it goes left, at least it's not like you didn't do nothing, right? So you're considered a hero somewhat in their eyes to a certain, like, very smidge of a degree. But other than that, you're probably racist.
He's unironically the type of guy who would sell out his own family and let other people walk all over him.
Yep.
He has been conditioned by academia and his peers to lay on his back and allow others to belittle him for his skin color. I'm not even mad at Hayes here, who again wrote this inverse Dragon Age article, but after seeing how this guy thinks outside of his own articles, it really doesn't surprise me that he would frame this Corinne Bush interview like this. This is the ultimate form that activists want for white people. A pathetic man who will do nothing but allow himself to be ran over by others who will forget his name in 5 minutes after they use him or worse to get what they want.
Exactly.
You're not saving anyone by being like this, Hayes. You're just confirming that the woke mind virus has successfully weaseled its way into your brain and has rewritten all the critical thinking parts of your brain. You're a victim, if you didn't know, but not in the way that you think. You've become yet another NPC that is just doomed to fade into nothingness and be forgotten by the very people you claim that you must uplift. All you're doing is helping those who hate you to erase you in the future. A tremendous loss of self-worth is all I see on display. I can't imagine hating myself like this. Hayes also said this in May 2024, forced diversity is such a strawman argument, goalposts shift, and people find every excuse to say we're doing diversity wrong. More diverse experiences, characters, and stories only enrich this industry and all of us. Games should reflect the real world and who plays them.
No! Oh my god! Why? Why does it have to reflect the real world, bro? Why? Can someone explain to me why is that necessary? That is boring as shit. That's the whole point of playing a video game. So, you know what? If video games have to be reflective of real life, go do homework. You must enjoy doing homework from college. You must miss doing college homework. That's what it is. He missed doing homework from college and being told what to do. He has no creative bone in his body in the slightest. He needs to have everything has to reflect realism all the time. Jesus Christ, dude.
Being taken away is still so absurd to me. The majority of video games out there still feature predominantly white heroes, predominantly straight characters. Those experiences aren't being erased, and those demographics have been served for decades. You dismantle your own argument, Hayes, without realizing it when you said games should reflect the real world. No. In case you haven't noticed, games are not the real world. They are make-believe. This is the problem and a big reason of why these things don't work. It's because they're taking worlds that are often fantasy or science fiction, if you will, and then removing the believability or immersion of those worlds to make way for your real-world sensibilities. This is why people don't like that Tasha's stories about being non-binary, because it's not something someone who hunts dragons and fights to survive
give
would
a
be
shit
concerning themselves with within that world. They would really only care about money, survival, and ensuring that they can land their next meal so that they don't die. Thetis is a harsh place. Someone like Tosh wouldn't be dealing with gender identity. She's a Kunari, for God's sakes. None of it made any sense from the get-go. It's why no one wants games to take a political...
Imagine playing a video game. Say you bought yourself a... Well, I think this probably will be illegal, but just imagine you bought yourself a $60 video game about zombies. And in the video game, somehow they managed to shoehorn in glorified commercials about lamps. You're not gonna care about that. Why the fuck would I care about any lamp? Why is this lamp in my video game? It feels so unnecessary to be in, but therefore it's here. Why is it here? And then what's funny about it? Right? Like, it's weird. And then, like, what? Like, I have there's commercials and lamps in the video game. Somehow they managed to put like they did this with I think 2K or one of those NBA games. That they somehow managed to get commercials in the actual game. Now imagine you're playing the game and it pops up on the side. Yes, imagine they put it in the game, and then in the corner of your game when you're playing it, it just comes up with a random commercial in the game about lamps, specifically just lamps. It has nothing to do with the game. It has nothing to do with the story. It has no like metaphorical reason why it's there. None. It's just there. It's like why? It just seems unnecessary as hell.
Stance in the sense like saying that, I don't know, Joe Biden is right or wrong. Keep it all out of games. I don't want a game that says Trump is right or wrong.
Yes. Or like, bro, like this is why I miss like early 2010s. I don't know if anyone remembers that movie. It was called Abraham Lincoln Vampire Killer or Slayer. Oh, no, Vampire Hunter. You know how creative that was? That was fucking creative. It's still like one of those B-list type movies, but it was fun to watch. It's like it's a turn off your brain type movie. It doesn't have to be actually accurate. It takes some like nuances of like Abraham Lincoln, but the whole point is that it's fantasy. It's not real. You know what I'm saying? For those who know what I'm talking about, there's a literal movie about Abraham Lincoln, a very crazy concept about Abraham fucking Lincoln, I think the 14th president, being a literal. That's fine. No, it's a it's a movie about Abraham Lincoln being a vampire hunter. It's literally a movie. It goes hard because it's like, and you can tell it took some liberties or it took some inspiration from anime, and I think they took some ideas from either Soul Eater or I think Ruby. The reason I'm saying this is because of how the weapons are used. Because he has, yes, like they made Abraham Lincoln like look like a badass, bro. Like I think they took it more from Ruby because the weapon that he used is an axe, but also a shotgun. So I'm like, wait, I seen this before, but like it was awesome, bro. Like it was a great movie. And that's all it was. It didn't have to be accurate. It didn't have to entail even real life. It did use a real life historical figure, but it was under the veil of it's not real. That's just crazy.
Either. I don't want any of it. I think games should only adhere themselves to the political ideologies that exist within their own
World.
worlds. A great example is Warhammer, a franchise
Yeah,
where there is political and
it goes crazy.
religious undertones to its world and universe.
Okay.
But they are political and religious within the context of that franchise specifically. I think when a Space Marine calls another a heretic for worshiping chaos, that's not political to me. That's a religious accusation that is unique to that specific world. Does that make any sense?
Yes,
However,
that makes
if a
sense.
Space Marine looked dead into the camera and went Black Lives Matter or MAGA, I would immediately go, what the hell are we even doing here? Because these concepts do not and should not exist within these
True.
objectively fake worlds. And once you allow the real world, as Hayes Madsen here claims must be present, it's always where these problems end up arising. Hayes, you are unable to perceive why these things are bad because your brain has been warped by ideology and conditioning by people around you who genuinely despise you for things that you cannot control yourself. You have become a victim of circumstance without realizing it, and I hope you realize that now. I don't hate you, but I do feel sorry for you. And I hope you come to realize that when your family was saying about the whole property damage thing, that is a valid concern. And the fact that you couldn't see that during the BLM riots or the ramifications of the economic principles that will undoubtedly affect those areas hit by BLM riots, it tells me everything about you. And that is that you're incapable of logic conversation and are instead so laser focused on other things. I'm not saying that black people should die, but the fact you dismiss your own family's pleas because they don't align with your own in the same moment, come on, Hayes. You're the kind of guy that if they were coming door to door to like shoot white people, you would actually think it was in your best interest to tell the executioners where your family was hiding because they're white. You're
Yeah.
too deep down this liberal hole. You need to come up and breathe some fresh air to see why you're so far gone already. But with this added context, it's no wonder why this article and this agenda was being pushed here. Because it was made by a man who hates himself interviewing someone who hates the core audience of Dragon Age because they don't agree with them. It's a woke match made in heaven, and the perfect kind of article for someone like me to dissect to show others why it's so dangerous to think and act down this so-called self-righteous path of self-pity many of these kinds of journalists go down. And as Smash JT posted recently on Twitter, EA, which owns Veilguard, has been regularly banning players from their EA accounts for about 3 years now whenever they say don't be gay apparently. Well, just another reason to never play on EA Play, I guess. Because this kind of soft content moderation is poison. Besides, the word gay isn't bad anyways. These companies policing what they deem hate speech or not will do nothing but push more people to do the same or even worse going forward anyway. And I think the point that I'm making in this video is that we've reached a point where...
Is there a term for that? Isn't that called the Stride-Hands effect or something?
Ideology has lost...
I might be using the wrong term.
That they are now resorting to gaslighting and attempting to change history through propaganda to fit their own narratives. Claiming that Veilguard lost everything because of the culture war is one hell of an angle. But the truth is that the game lost it all because it just wasn't very good and didn't give players what they waited 10 years for. Like always, these media types will try to lie to you. Like
you saved yourself a lot of headache. I waste my time doing that shit.
They tried to...
Yep.
My previous video and more. And every time they lie, I will catch it and I will expose them because I'm never going to stop until the industry changes for the better. Not for white people, mind you, but for all players. I'm just sick of these activists who believe that their word is law when it's worthless instead. But that's what I got for you today. Let me know what you think as always. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Thanks to my patrons and members. And I'll see you guys soon.
Alright. Yeah, it was some type of celebrity lady. She did some bullshit and then it backfired on her ass. So with that said, that's also a Demion with the whole BioWare situation. I hope you guys enjoy this. Like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment. I hope you guys enjoy this. We're gonna go on to our next videos to do more reactions for today. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright. This is from It's a Gundam. And it says, Japan is tired of Twitter fixing anime characters. We all know what's been going on lately. I have not really talked about it. I don't know if I'm going to put this on the art channel or the reaction channel. No, I'm going to be clear. Whenever it's something really art related and art focused, it's going to, whether it's a reaction show or me making a video on doing art stuff, that art focused thing will be on the art channel, even if it's a reaction. If it's something that is like anime recommendations, memes, cringe videos, probably even anti-woke stuff, it'll be on the other channel, it'll be on the reaction channel. So for those who don't know where the reaction channel, it's in the description, so you can see it. I even put even the gaming channel in there as well. So with that said, let's go into it. So it says, Japan is tired of Twitter fixing the anime characters. Explain in that detail. I can't say it because I'll get in trouble. But point is that we all know what's been going on with the Dan situation. To be honest, I don't really care for the... You guys know how I feel about the whole, like... I'm not calling it a race swap. I know it's supposed to be a different version of the character, or a reimagining of the character in a, I guess, OC type way. But, I don't think those things should be taken seriously. You seen this one? Okay. Because this is like, I don't take those things seriously in the slightest, because I'm like, I know you're just having fun with it, but like, after like, you shouldn't take it seriously because it's not even legitimately real, so like, it is what it is. Like, you're having fun with it, I get it, like, a Black Robin from Teen Titans, or a Smack Robin from Teen Titans, or I don't know, an Asian version of Robin from Teen Titans. I don't know what his race is, I'm pretty sure it's Caucasian, but I could be wrong. So, like, you should never take it too seriously at all, or make it into, like, must be a, like, racism thing. It's just, you're having fun, I guess, whatever, it is what it is.
Another gender adventure! I did!
Anime becoming popular in the West was a mistake.
Yep.
Ranma, one half, makes you bi and trans.
Great.
The Hollywood and Netflix adaptations of cult classic animes are another sign of the creative rot we have to endure, marketed as made for modern audiences. More often than not, these live-action adaptations are trash, and if they aren't pure dog water, people believe them to be great shows because this time they didn't get pink eye from the creative equivalent of a fart in the face.
Kakegurui, live-action American adaptation revealed by Netflix.
Netflix adapting an anime and making characters randomly black?
Oh no! You see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about? These people don't really get it. This is wild, dude. It's not diversity unless everyone is diverse. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, even if the story is straight up from Asia, you must have a black person, a Hispanic person, a white person, someone who identifies as a rock. Has to be in your said anime, Eastern, Asian written storylines. When it has been shown and proven that these people are Japanese, most likely than so, based on orientation, name, and everything, and culture, but somehow this black guy's here, somehow this Hispanic woman's here, somehow this Middle Eastern woman's here, somehow this white guy's here, somehow this person who identifies as a shoe is here too. Just happens to be here. That's weird. I noticed something with these individuals. They make it almost their mission that it can't be like a one dominant race type story. So like if it's written by Hispanics, it can't be 95%. It can't be 99 or 100%. Oh, it can't be 99 to 98% Hispanic. It has to be like 6% Hispanic and everyone else is 40. Has to share that 40. Have you noticed that? That it can't be one sole race of that's written by that particular people based on their experience in that culture. It has to be if an Asian person writes a story about Asia or something that's going on in Asia or anything that is science fiction or whatever the case may be, there has to be a minority in it somewhere or a white person who identifies as something. No one finds that weird? But for some weird reason, I think they do it with black people too. So like, it could be like this. So like, if it's, and I noticed they do it biasly by race. So like, if it's written by a black person, 90% of the cast will be black. But there will be some forms of diversity, very small of it, pockets of it. Yeah, like it's little pockets of it, right? So like, let's say it was making That's So Raven, like it was like a That's So Raven movie or show. 90% of the cast will be black, or at least 95% of the cast will be black. But that other 5% will be something small, like a white person, a few white people. Well, not even a few, like one or two white people, and the rest will be some form of Hispanic, some type of diverse orientation type individual. But when it comes to Hispanics, Asians, Indians that are American made, 90% of the time, 60% will be of like so like say Mindy Kaling when she did the Scooby Doo show. When it was more Indian people, it was her family, and that was it. Everyone else was black, white, Asian, Hispanic. Yeah, they had a Spanish boxing person, but they're changing literal characters that's established to be Asian. You know what I'm saying? So even if they had one minority person in it, I don't think that's a big change. But when they're changing cast members like this, like main cast members, that's a problem. That's a big issue. These are canonically Asian people. Somehow.
Creatively brave and not at all predictable or tiresome.
Hello, YouTube. I'd like to report a hate crime on the YouTuber known as It's the Gundam.
For those of you that don't know, there's a war going on. It just happens to be taking place on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. And it's between the black Twitter anime editing community and the Japanese people on Twitter.
Yeah. But I notice when you're on the totem pole of like oppression, the more oppressed you are, the more your race stays in check. Have you noticed that? So if you're if you're like one of the lowest in totem poles, your story will be canonically what you are. 90% of the time. But when you're like higher, so like if you're a white person, if it's being written by a white person, 9 times out of 10, it must have not even half. Like the cast has to be like at this point like 30% white, and everyone else is diverse. Right? Have you guys noticed that? Like if you're Asian, because they consider Asian these days white adjacent, Asians kind of get the soft shoe treatment like white people to a certain degree. So like how I said it's 30% for white people, it'll be like 50% for Asians. If you're Hispanic, it'll be like 70% Hispanic, and the rest will be like 30% diverse. Or I think Hispanics and Indians are kind of on the same level, even though they're considered Asian. Like not Native Americans, but like Indian Asian. They're kind of like on the same level, kind of like between Asian and Hispanic. Like on this, like it's weird. Like Asian, like Eastern Asian, like Japanese, Korean, Laotian, Chinese, doesn't matter. Like they're considered white adjacent, right? And then there's Eastern Asians. I mean, not Eastern. I think Western Asian. No, Northern. I think it's Western Asians. East Asian, Indians, and then Hispanics, blacks, and then so on and so forth. After past blacks, it's some type of orientation, individual. That's why the movie Bros didn't do well. It was focused only on the gay thing. That's it. And then when straight people didn't go see the movie, they said you're a racist for not going watching my gay movie. When pretty much 100% of most people in that movie was pretty much gay in some form. Or if they wasn't gay, they was a friend of the gay person. So it's like you can't win.
This is fine.
No. You're doxing Anime Crossing? That's a thing?
This is a common art style that has become prominent on Twitter in the last few years now. And it's called, and I quote, blackwashing of characters. This is where people edit screen caps from anime or draw popular anime.
Yeah, it's wild. And then like it was famous gay people who got real mad because people didn't go watch their movie. I guess their comedy movie about being gay, I guess. No one watched it because I only know about it because many YouTubers bring it up. Well, I think it was Neurotic brought it up, and I forgot about that movie when he brought it up a couple of days ago. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that movie. That was even a thing.
Anime characters to make them black. Now, I want to preface this by saying the same people turning anime characters black and cheering are the same people that are so quick to scream if a character that's perceived to be a minority is even made one shade too light in fan art. Or, God forbid, someone uses a hairstyle that's only for black players, and I quote, on a white character in a video game. As seen in 20...
Yeah, I find that stupid. I have no problem if a white person wants to get like certain hairstyles, or an Asian person wants to get certain hairstyles, and even a black person gets certain hairstyles. It's just a hairstyle, bro. When you make a hairstyle your so-called identity, you gotta pull back, bro. It's just a hairstyle. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna die.
20, the year that gave us the Summer of Love and the wacky equity wars. A female gamer is chased off of Twitter for her Animal Crossing character.
Cute space bun. Ma'am, they're not space buns. They're Afro puffs. Not sure the correct name. And they are meant for black girls. Us white
How do you
girls
know
can't
that?
use them. So I
Whoa. So Asian women don't do it too? Asian women don't have they don't have those same thing with the Chinese. I think it's a Chinese thing. They wear the buns in the back of their head the way they do with the sticks poking out of them.
I advise you change them before it's too late.
Fuck you.
Do it now!
Too late until what happens? Till others cancel her and put her name out there. So you want others to dox her for wearing a hairstyle. She shouldn't be wearing the hairstyle if she's white. Simple as that.
This is mental illness.
Yes,
Wanting
it is.
to ruin someone's life for a hairstyle choice in a video game that was wildly popular during the lockdowns. Make it make sense. You can't, because you're probably a functioning human being.
Hey, these are not called space buns. These are actually called Afro Puffs. No buns. Could you please stop being a racist? And they spell racist wrong. With the new hair.
Chun-Li buns. There you go. Well, that's how I know them. I think there's a official name for them, if that actually is called that.
Topic. And be thankful that we have new things. This is a kid's game, and little ones do not need to see this content.
You know, some people should just...
That's not space buns, that's Afro Puffs for black people, not you. Space buns. She
Space
knew what
buns.
the fuck she was doing. All the people saying it's a video game or under the tweet have no common sense. Like it's not hard to not appropriate our culture.
Yeah, she knew what she was doing. She was enjoying a video game and using a hairstyle that she thought was cute in the privacy of her own home. What a cave woman she must be. In the culture.
23-hour lockdown. Somebody called your little nephew was shot down. The culture's involved.
Stop him!
They
Stop
really
'em.
They are clearly textured based off black people's hair. Very few white people could pull this off. Black people have been fighting for more representation. White people get it for free. Stop using black hair if you're white.
Oh my god, I can't keep up with this.
Oh my god.
Why are you using these space buns? These are puffs. Or I call them bomb-bombs. These are for POC, not for people that are not POC. This represents black people. Please stop using them. This represents us, not you.
Doesn't that sound like racism?
Yep.
This is a space only for us. Don't you dare come here.
Yep.
God help you if a white person says
See the irony? That's what I'm saying. If you make them talk long enough, you start realizing, oh shit, this sounds kind of racist. Let them talk long enough, you realize who's the racist in the room.
You get the point. Progressives drunk on power during 2020 and low on common sense or even human decency went after this woman till she deleted her account over Animal Crossing hair.
Weird.
Lest we forget the Splatoon drama of October regarding fan art of a character called Marina not being considered black enough. The female voice actor for the character made the mistake of liking the art and retweeting it. She was then dragged on Twitter for being a racist.
Where is your guard?
Wow.
Where is your guard now?
It all started on October 10th. This little fan edit that any
Yep.
normal, rational person would look at and
Thank you.
think twice about was then retweeted by a woman called Shadow. Wear the damn mask.
You are a thief of joy. Anybody else?
Why do you lighten her skin color? The eyedropper tool exists. It's crazy that people get criticized for not matching the RGB of the skin perfectly.
This sparked a chain of events that would span months. The damage she created with her virtue signaling could last for years from the way things are looking. So, she did what any progressive would do after kicking a hornet's nest.
She ran off the internet, never to return, because apparently people are waiting for her.
I would just leave the internet at this point. LOL. She did irreversible damage to Black and Japanese Twitter, and both of them are waiting for her to unlock her account.
Are you kidding me?
Japanese Twitter finds out about American nonsense and bitching over skin tone fan art. The actual voice actress for the character loved the OP's art too, by the way.
Yes, we have to burn her at the stake.
Suspect acted suspiciously, was belligerent sexy, and behaved as if he had something to hide. Surveillance terminated.
Marina's English voice actor just deleted all of her tweets pertaining to the fan art drama, due to all the harassment she received. I wonder how hard this will be swept under the rug.
I singled out a few of the unhinged tweets from this little video clip. Get ready for copious amounts of undocumented autism from the American school system.
Yeah, you're just anti-black, LOL. There's no valid excuse. You can come up with this. There's too much access on the internet to history and research for you to willfully be this ignorant about it. Like, they can say whatever about skin color. Cute is cute. And if it's gorgeous, it's gorgeous. Girl octopus can mimic color. Not the point? Also being like, but I'm mixed, doesn't take away your anti-blackness.
Person writes like a retard.
Unambiguously black people face the brunt of it, not mixed folks. So, you quite literally don't get to have a say on what is...
Oh my god, what? You see what, bro? Bro, bro, are you serious? This is what I'm talking about. If you make them talk long enough, they'll say something insane as this. Oh my god, dude. Holy moly, bro. You did not just say that. So, if that's the case, why do you call Obama black then? You see how that works? That's crazy. There it is. There it is. Caught him. We caught him. We caught him. If you're gonna say that, don't say that Obama's black then. That's wild. He did not just say that. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You did not just say that. Oh my god.
There you go. So if you're mixed race, you can't say anything about this. You can't have an opinion about it. You're practically white to them.
Yep.
In this person's mind, they're fighting fascism and not being a terminally online dweeb that's pretty much racist as all hell.
This is a clear case of Alice just being ignorant on why whitewashing is harmful or even what whitewashing is. I just hope that she'll be educated on the matter for the future.
The light
But
goes up
it
here.
is tragic that her words will be used to
So it goes
undermine the
up
valid
here.
concerns of dark-skinned people. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I would advise that once this post inevitably gets
Is
into
this from
the
the
wrong
break?
crowd, that you shut off the comments
Oh,
and
this
limit
is
your
your thing.
views as quickly as possible. But keep
It's
speaking
alright.
out about this.
Yes, you're a freedom fighter. You're a hero. You're
A little.
harassing a voice actor. You're saving the world.
Yeah, white supremacists and other weirdos have been on my ass since last night. I'm just tired of all the bigotry in the world. To be fair, shit's low-key tiring.
I'm not even reading the rest of this because it's so stupid. It's an echo chamber of ugh.
Me harassing a voice actress
Okay.
for liking fan art that I deemed whitewashing, that's fine. People telling me I need to go outside and touch grass, they're white supremacists. I'm speaking truth to power.
This turn of stupid events caught the eye of Japanese
Okay.
netizens, and we
Now
had a
you put the leg
full-fledged
here.
internet war
It's jumping
on our
out of the
hands.
way. As this one is trying to get out of the way. Put him right here for the thumbnail. Right here. Okay. Wait,
Congratulations to the Americans
There, you can see
who
it better.
decided to harass B-Cube over art. Because of your shenanigans,
Okay.
you broke open the floodgates, and now many Japanese netizens are finally picking up on all the art fixing happening with their shows by Western tourists.
It is a good point. They are tourists. No normal person who enjoys anything sits there and goes, I would like to see this character look like me. There hasn't been a day I ever looked at Batman and said, I need Bruce Wayne to look like me. Because he's not me. He's Bruce Wayne. He's Batman.
You are racist.
Don't worry, they're doing it too. However, black people are crazy about drawing fan art that ignores the original settings and making characters look black.
The Japanese were now fed up with the American progressives to the point of where it was understandable. They even made a massive post explaining to Japanese artists how to avoid autistic users in America.
I won't read the whole thing. I'll just pick out the funny parts. Because it's massive, dude. Now we're going to skip to... We'll go to page 2.
What to do if you're approached negatively about your artwork. Please check the account information about the user who is
The leg goes up higher because it
demanding
needs to
you
be a
change
little bit
or remove your artwork. If the biography or
The leg
header
is up
image
here.
contains any of the following: age information, usually represented by a number, below 18. The following acronyms: BLM, ACAB.
I don't even know what that one is.
Gender pronouns: he, him, she, her, they, them. The following emojis: alternate lifestyle choices, poly, pan, demi. Imaginary gender
Oh my god.
identification, i.e. genderqueer. Any form of the word feminist. Any reference to K-pop group. Any reference to mental illness, bipolar, autistic, Asperger's syndrome, etc. An avatar or header with characters from Pokemon, Super Smash Bros., Animal Crossing, or My Hero Academia.
Jesus Christ, this is so on the nose, it's vicious.
You may ignore any criticism from these accounts. They should be considered warning signs that the user you are dealing with is either a person under the age of 18, a person lacking mental stability, or a person otherwise lacking mental maturity. All of said users have one goal in common. They are here to push an agenda. They wish to silence you, to suppress your ability to present your artwork because it does not fit their ever-fluid standards. If you're targeted by an account that is met with the preceding criteria, you may do any of the following. Ignore, block, and mute. Report the user for targeted harassment. Here's a sample of a user account.
How can I make this work?
This is so on the money, it's funny. It's so crazy. But you get the gist of it. Even the Japanese have pretty much have it down to a formula of human being that has gone stir-fry crazy from being terminally online and lacking any natural social cues with normal human beings. You might think that I'm crazy for saying this, but common sense isn't very common.
He's not wrong. He's really not wrong.
On December 6th, Lincoms decided to do a race swap of the now popular Dun 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 character. If you were to look at the echo chamber in the timeline, people loved it. But keep in mind, some of the tweets were hidden by the author. The American voice actor for the main character in Dun 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 used her art as his PFP. The too long didn't read on this guy is he complained about black characters should be voiced by black people, but he didn't have any bones of taking the lead role for a character that obviously isn't black. Rules for thee, not for me.
Every time there's a black actor cast in a role in a fantasy where their source material version is lighter skinned, someone always has something to say about it. So tiring. It doesn't affect the character whatsoever. It's okay.
Same guy just a year earlier.
Same guy as this year.
Common cases shouldn't be playing POCs isn't a matter of color, it's culture. Speaking for black people, we know what a barbershop sounds like on Sundays, what a hot comb smells like when it's going through your hair. It's not the color, it's the culture.
And it's gone.
After facing 1% of what we face from the other side on a daily basis,
he locked his account. And guess who went to Blue Sky? It's our boy, AJ.
I deactivated my Twitter, so the races have nothing to interact with. Don't worry.
God, he's dumb.
Guys.
The reactions outside of the echo chamber of the timeline for this Dun 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 re-edit was less than stellar.
This is a declaration by the overseas voice actor that they support the racism that disrespects the original work by turning characters black and excluding Japanese people, changing the icon image of the X account to a Japanese exclusionary black and hate image. It expresses blasphemy against the original work and discrimination against Japanese people. This is an international issue. Officially, please remove this voice actor from his role immediately.
Damn.
I really don't understand them. They are hypocrites. There are still many racists who say that changing the face of a Japanese character is not discrimination. And, as you can see from the quote, they say it's great drawing.
You're supposed to be an awkward guy. Yeah, you gotta be an awkward guy,
yo. If you point this
You're
out, you'll be called a racist. Their IQ is too low to even understand what discrimination is. When Japanese people speak up, they are told you're just a white person pretending to be Japanese. Then Japanese people shouldn't have dreadlocks. Looks like 2 bombs weren't enough. Wow. If this isn't racism, then what is?
In the middle of all this drama, the artist posted another re-edit. Then she was community noted about re-editing screen caps from anime and selling them. When she was found out, she quickly hid her Twitter.
Your commission sheet, if interested, DM me. I'm not selling or editing anyone else's art. These are all anime screenshots, by the way. Anyways, bye. Editing and selling screenshots of anime violates Japanese copyright law. Even if the copyright infringement occurs overseas by the internet, the infringement is deemed to have occurred in Japan, and the Japanese copyright law may apply.
And as you can see, Black Edit is $15. So if you look at her own thing, she did technically out herself.
You are racist.
Oh, well, what does it matter, right? I mean, she's 16. I can't expect her to be on the ball. Let's face it. The teenagers today, the future's not looking bright.
Do you know how many months makeup?
It's only been a while because TikTok don't let you guys know that I'm on.
Do you know what the first month is?
I don't care anymore because TikTok's gonna be gone in a month, so it doesn't really matter anymore.
September.
Do you know how many continents there are?
There's at least 30. I know that.
The overarching issue is that the mindset around blackwashing of popular anime characters while simultaneously condemning any character for being whitewashed is a double standard, and people of America have grown tired of those. And the rest of the world, especially Japan, has no interest in facilitating such things. This creates, for lack of a better word, racism between the two groups. It creates anger, it creates animosity, it creates a division. And when you have people over here, especially liberal white women, saying things like this,
whitewashing seeks to deny a character's race. It comes from a place of hatred and racism. Blackwashing, or rather the act of making fan art of a character as a black person, is made with the intention to see yourself as that character. It's made with love.
it doesn't make sense because you could say the same of whitewashing. You can't really make these sort of, is it a false equivalency? I'm a little tired of all of this and I can't really articulate myself well. Forgive me for not being verbally dexterous today. But all in all, it's just another day of stupid minutia. And frankly, I'm of the mindset if I don't like seeing things changed, call me crazy. But if I'm attached to a character or I respect or admire a character, I admire that character for who they are. I don't need them to look like me or be me to relate to them. This stems from a generation of people that are incapable of relating to anything unless it pretends directly to them, unless it mirrors them. I dare say that we now have a generation of people that suffer from narcissism on a massive
scale, yeah.
What can be done about it? Probably nothing, because
People have to be willing to change themselves, and most people find themselves infallible. As much as I make fun of Darkside Phil, he isn't an outliner. He may be the norm when you really think about it. And that's enough of this today because I just had a real moment that was unscripted.
Oh,
Let's get
damn.
the hell out of here.
That's
Stu.
not good.
There was nothing funny here. Just more stupid American trash.
Okay. So that was the whole It's a Gundam situation. So like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment. I hope you guys enjoyed this and all that great stuff with this reaction. I hope you guys just learned something or realize how crazy things are getting. So with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah.
That is not a...
Okay, it says here, how long is this? It says here, oh, no.
Dark fantasy is a subgenre
Okay,
of
we're going to the anime stuff. So this is from Simply Fox? F-W-O-X. I don't even think I even said that right. I feel like that's a curse word. Anyway, so this is from Simply, and it says the best dark fantasy manga you should read in 2024. So I'm not familiar with this person. He has 1,085,000 subscribers. So if you guys like what you see in this reaction, give him a follow and all great stuff. We'll pause and stuff to give our opinions and all that great stuff if needed, and see if we can make any comparisons to other manga or anime as we are doing artwork. If you are on TikTok, you can watch me do artwork, because since TikTok's going to be gone next month, I'm also just ride that wave till it goes. If you don't care for the artwork, you can come over here on YouTube Shorts. You can still see artwork, or you can want to see the reaction. If you don't want to see the reaction, you go. If you don't want to see the artwork and you just want to see the reaction, go to Twitch. So, yeah, link in bio.
Fantasy. That's
Or
a
descriptions.
horrible fantasy, but with darker themes and elements of horror. There are a lot of amazing dark fantasy manga, with the first of these being Tower Dungeon. Tower Dungeon takes place in a medieval land where, after taking out the ruling king, an evil wizard kidnapped the princess and took her to his mysterious fortress, the Dragon Tower. The tower is crumbling, there are many dangerous traps, and worst of all, there are monsters lurking behind every corner. The story does not follow a heroic knight or a brave mage, but instead, a farmer from a remote village. After getting bored of his mundane life, Yuva decides to adventure to the Dragon Tower to help with the rescue effort. When he arrives at the tower, Yuva finds out that the best knights have been defeated, or have gone missing in the tower, and those who remain have run out of ideas on how to rescue the princess. Despite this, the knights notice Yuva's incredible strength, and enlist him to join a group to help deliver supplies up the tower. Yuva complies, and that is where the story truly begins. I feel that what makes this manga truly stand out is the atmosphere that the mangaka, Tsutomu Nihei, who is known for his outstanding architectural artwork, as well as his world building. If his name sounds familiar, he's the guy behind Blam and Knights of Sidonia, both.
Okay, okay, we're familiar with those. I remember doing a video on those. I do remember doing the video on those. Blame. Is it blam or blame?
Tower Dungeon continues this trend, with the Dragon Tower being super visually interesting, as well as dark. Nihei uses a lot of unorthodox perspectives to really give the reader a sense of how uneasy and eerie the tower really is. Similarly, the art itself is pretty gritty and unpolished, which reinforces the bleak atmosphere. Another great aspect of this manga is the monster designs. In a lot of fantasy stories, the monsters are always the usual suspects. You've got your slimes, goblins, and undead. Tower Dungeon stands out in how most of the monsters are creepy nightmare creatures. Body horror is heavily used, and the uniqueness of the designs go a long way to help the manga stand out. The last bit of praise I have for this manga is about the characters. Yuva and his companions all have very different personalities, and they don't get along very well. Their interactions are pretty funny, and add some levity to this dark manga. This manga is still in its infancy, but it is becoming super popular in Japan, so it has a promising future, and I am looking forward to reading more. If you're enjoying this video, consider subscribing so you can watch more videos just like this one. Much like Tower Dungeon, Centuria is a fairly new manga, but it has a promising start. It follows a man named Julian, whose mother sold him into slavery when he was a child. After many years of suffering, Julian is sent away on a slave ship. While at sea, he meets a female slave named Mira, who acts as his mother figure. Everything changes when one day, a sea monster attacks the ship and states that if 100 people are taken out, the survivor will get a special ability of their choice. Mira.
So you have to sacrifice people to get an ability? You get a... Oh my god, that's crazy. You have to sacrifice people to get a superpower? Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. That sounds kind of crazy. Would you do it? Would you sacrifice people to get a superpower? Is it worth it?
Entrusts Julian with her child, and Julian works to protect the baby while staying alive. When the dust settles, Julian and the infant are the last ones standing, and the sea monster gives Julian 100 lives, sort of like how a cat has 9 lives. I don't really know, it isn't explained all too well. To be honest, the beginning of this manga isn't particularly intriguing, but once Julian reaches the land, the story really picks up. He meets Angval, a knight who protects her village from monsters in the forest. Speaking of monsters in the forest, their designs are crazy good. They are creative and pretty intimidating, and utilize a lot of body horror, but in terms of animals instead of people, which is rather different, but in a good way. These designs are heavily elevated by the art, which is just wild. Everything looks so detailed and stylized, and the heavy use of dark colors helps reinforce the dark themes. The manga is gritty, and it feels like reading through a FromSoft game. There isn't too much to say about this manga, as it has only been out for a few months, but it's promising, and has been pretty entertaining so far. Another pretty solid dark fantasy manga is Record of Hyzark War. This manga is an isekai, but hear me out. After passing away from a heart attack, Walm is reincarnated in a low fantasy medieval world as the third son of an impoverished farmer. After a difficult upbringing, he is drafted as a soldier, and he must fight for his country, Hyzark. Fortunately for Walm, he has a pretty powerful magical ability, where he can shoot blue flames from his hands. Because of this, Walm is often used as a strategic piece for the war, defending fortresses and clearing trenches with his ability. While this sounds overpowered, Walm can really only use it for about a minute, before he's exhausted. Similarly, this power is balanced by the mental health effects of the flame. He has to defeat many people, many of whom are inexperienced foot soldiers who don't really wish to be part of the war. The blood on Walm's hands takes a toll on him, and he finds himself hating himself, and seeing himself as a murderer. Walm tries to act strong in front of his comrades and superiors, but in reality, he's struggling to deal with the impacts of the violence he's forced to cause. The darker tone is heavily reflected in the character designs. A lot of manga with darker themes depict their characters as being very pretty or handsome, which really contrasts the tone of the manga. The opposite is done in Record of Hyzark War, where the characters look beat up, worn out, and tired of it all. Their designs reflect their feelings and worldview, which reinforces the dark tone of this manga. The second way this manga stands out is how it focuses more on the war and the magic, as opposed to things like monsters or adventuring. Walm has a lack of agency in his life as he's a soldier, and he has to follow the orders of his superiors. Because of this, he can only see the world through the lens of the battlefield. The same is done with the magic system. There are a few types of magic, mostly relating to the 4 elements concept. While there are many possible uses for this magic, we almost always see it in how it could be used in war. Because magic is almost always used for harming others, Walm feels guilty about being
No, it's fine. It's fine. I realized the pose was off because the way the person was standing looked so uncomfortable. There's no way that they're standing like that. Maybe it was like a last second movement, but I do not think that was a real person. I think that was AI.
Powerful.
If I was you, I would just look at sports stuff or look at famous people. You might get more likely a real thing, but I'm not saying you won't not run to AI, but it is what it is.
Despite being so strong,
Just be careful
he
next
does
time.
face a lot of challenges.
It's hard to
and
do,
often has
so
to
it's not
rely
like
on
I'm
his
expecting you
comrades
to
stay
know
along.
a method.
Finally, I really like the artwork in this manga. It's dark and does an amazing job of reflecting the story's themes. The artist
That's better, yeah, that's better.
itself is super well done, and you could tell the mangaka, Yanomi Saito, went all out on every page. Also, it is worth mentioning that the novel this manga is based on won an award a few months ago. Unfortunately, the manga is on hiatus, but I am looking forward to when it returns. In King of the Labyrinth, adventurers risk their lives by entering a strange, maze-like dungeon. By battling monsters, adventurers can make a living by collecting and selling loot from monsters. The deeper one travels into this labyrinth, the stronger the monsters will become. This manga doesn't follow an adventurer though, but a minotaur who lives on the 10th floor of a labyrinth. After some magical shenanigans, the minotaur, who had been confined to his floor, is now released in the labyrinth. Being a monster, the minotaur isn't really the sharpest tool in the shed, and its only goal is to become stronger and more powerful. This leads to the minotaur defeating countless
I'll answer that in, I'll say 4 minutes, because we're doing a reaction. You can come over here and watch it with us. We're doing a reaction on a manga recommendation. I'll get into it in a second, but like, come over here and on YouTube, or if you don't want to watch, you can stay where you are. Just wait till I'm done, and I'll let you know. You'll know when I'm done. I'll let everyone know. Like, we're doing a video, so when you guys talk, it's in the video.
Adventurers who
We have to
enter
just
the
turn it off
labyrinth.
after.
Because of this, the people who are in charge of the labyrinth decide that the Minotaur needs to be dealt with, so they send many adventuring parties into the labyrinth to take him out. One might think that because the manga has a pretty simple premise, it wouldn't be very good, but the way it is executed is rather interesting. This is because of the adventurer's attitude towards the monsters in the labyrinth. They see the monsters like one would see rats or insects, and because of this, they have no respect for their opponents. This leads to adventurers becoming arrogant because they view themselves as all-powerful beings, which causes them to make mistakes. They have good reason for this though, as they are significantly stronger than the average monster. But once they meet the Minotaur, the playing field becomes much more even. This is because as the Minotaur grows stronger, it also becomes more intelligent. It can use skills, magic, and even develop its own tactics to combat the humans. This results in some pretty unique and intriguing encounters. These encounters, coupled with the darker themes and a bit of edge, make this manga a pretty entertaining dark fantasy story. Arms Peddler takes place in a lawless, post-apocalyptic world with fantasy elements, like wacky monsters and magic and stuff. The world is super dark and gritty, with the first chapter depicting the protagonist's family being massacred. The only survivor of this event is a young boy named Yuki. Yuki is taken in by an arms peddler named Garami, and Yuki vows to get revenge on the guy who wiped out his family. I know this sounds pretty generic, but the whole revenge thing is really put on the back burner, as the story focuses on how Yuki grows through the experiences he has. Avenging his family is the end goal, but the amount of other conflicts—
Why is it like, is there like a story where a protagonist gets like, his family gets wiped out, but he doesn't choose through revenge? Is there a thing for that? I wonder if that's a thing. No? To what?
that pop up along the way are what make the story truly interesting and set it apart from the rest. There's a big war, vampire shenanigans, and even the strange existential horror type stuff. I think that the most outstanding aspect of this manga is the world. Despite being pretty dark, every place feels very distinct. In a lot of manga, when characters travel around the world, everything feels so samey. You get the usual castles, medieval cities, and derelict towns. In The Arms Peddler, the setting is much more varied. It ranges from wasteland villages to Gothic ruins, a Mediterranean-inspired city, and whatever this thing is. The world feels so diverse, and this diversity is reflected in the characters. People from each place have their own desires and motivations, and this leads to a lot of twists and turns. People who you think are chill turn out to be pretty evil, and a few guys who seem to be pretty vile end up being rather likable allies. I would like to discuss the monsters that Yuki and Garami encounter. They come in a large variety of designs, but what I find most interesting about them is how most of the monsters have compelling motivations and personalities. Many monsters in dark fantasy are like animals, where they do things out of instinct or because it's in their nature. In the Arms Peddler, the monsters are pretty intriguing, and they range from being super evil to being somewhat sympathetic. By having cool monster designs and villains with a variety of motivations, the Arms Peddler separates itself from its contemporaries. This is also elevated by the amazing art. Unfortunately, this manga is also on hiatus, and it has been 4 years, but I can cope and say that I am praying for its return. Claymore is a classic dark fantasy manga. It takes place in a world where monsters, called Yoma, run around eating people. In order to combat this threat, an organization called, well, the organization, created a way to make half-human, half-Yoma warriors. Claymore follows the story of one of the weaker warriors, Claire, and her quest for vengeance. We follow her overarching quest, as well as the individual events or encounters she has on the way. It is hard to specifically say what makes this manga great, as it feels like a culmination of all the positive aspects of the other manga I've discussed. The artwork is amazing and helps reinforce the darkness of the world. The world itself is fleshed out, and the lore goes pretty deep. The overarching mystery surrounding the organization and the Yoma is very compelling, and it adds a lot of intrigue to the story. The characters are all unique and have their own motivations. I don't really have too much to say, because the mysteries are a big part of Claymore, and I'd rather not spoil it. But if you want to know the answers to these mysteries, you should definitely check it out. I recently talked about Wizard and Red Pilgrim, so I'll try and keep this section brief. The story takes place in a world where wizards, who are fueled by human blood, play a major role in the dynamics of the world. The story focuses on a girl named Benny, who is cursed with immortality. Because of this, she's treated poorly by those around her, who take advantage of her immortality for immoral reasons, like eating her. This changes one day, when Benny encounters a faceless wizard named Howcuddle, whose only defining feature is his mouth. This is because being a wizard like Howcuddle is a punishment, or curse, for some people. In Howcuddle's case, no matter how much he eats, he will never feel full. Benny and Howcuddle can relate to each other in how they're both cursed, and they become friends. Based on the description, Wizard and Red Pilgrim sounds a lot like Girl from the Other Side, where an adult looks after a mysterious girl. But that isn't the case. Benny and Howcuddle look after each other in their own ways. Because they live in such a dark world, they stick together and utilize each other's strengths to stay alive. The overall aesthetic is pretty unique. The art is very gritty, as it looks like a manga was created with hurried ink pen sketches. Not many artists consider the perceived medium of their work, and I feel that this decision really emphasizes the bleakness of this manga. Some people may say that this is a crutch, but you can see that the mangaka, Shida, is more than capable of creating art in other styles on their social media. Another interesting feature of this manga is the character designs. The designs, especially those of the other wizards, are oozing with personality. Their designs complement their abilities and magic and reflect their motivation and desires.
Nice
Plus,
art.
they just look really cool. Unfortunately, this manga was presumably axed, which resulted in the ending being rushed. I'm not sure why this happened.
Why does he keep picking a manga that keeps getting either discontinued or is on a hiatus that's not coming back? He should have just renamed this. I would rename this like fantasy manga that's never coming back, or it has been on hiatus. Like, it just should rename this, but I guess he just kept it kind of simple. I get it. The algorithm
Happened, but I am looking forward to seeing what else Shida produces. They recently had a one-shot, or manga short story, published in the weekly Shonen Jump magazine, which is one of the most popular manga magazines in Japan, so hopefully we could see more of their work in the future. Without a doubt, the greatest dark fantasy manga is Berserk. It is one of the most popular dark fantasy manga, which means a lot of people, including myself, have discussed its lore, characters, and art. Because of this, it's difficult to bring anything new to the table when discussing Berserk, doing it anyways. Berserk follows a mercenary named Guts. After a pretty messed up upbringing, he joins a mercenary group, and the story follows his escapades with the group, and evolves into something much more grander and mysterious. I won't spoil it, but the story is just amazing. Another phenomenal thing about Berserk is the art. It is easily some of the best out there, and you can really tell that a load of blood, sweat, and tears was put into every panel. The art also adds to the dark tone, and helps reinforce the characterization present in the story. The monsters are well designed too, and they each have their own backstories, personalities, and a lot of lore behind them. The same is present for the other characters as well. I've already said my piece on Berserk in a few videos already, so I don't have too much to add other than that it's easily one of the top 5 manga, and I cannot recommend it more than enough. Thank you all for watching, and all of your support. Later, gamers.
Alright, so that was simply... I'm gonna say Fox. That was simply Fox. So with that said, like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment. I hope you guys can find these recommendations something worth time. Please give Fox a follow. Link in bio. It will be in the description and all that great stuff. After this video, it will be on the other channel, my reaction channel. So look out for that. All that great stuff. So with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters. All right, so this is from Sufferance. It says the greatest new manga I've read. This is from 2 months ago, so this is pretty recent, I think. Unless I did those other videos, that was pretty recent. But I do his videos pretty randomly. It doesn't really matter what the time he posted them because they work anyway because they're just recommendations. I don't think the time frame really means anything unless it's like it's stuck in a situation where it's only for that year or something. Anyway, so that's it. This is Sufferance. Give him a follow if possible, and let's see what he has to give. Maybe it's a synopsis of one manga, probably several in one. We'll see. So.
Today, I am bringer of manga, new manga, ones that I think will survive, that I think are pretty good, and I think have a lot of variety.
I don't know. That's why I said why are most of these I said the same thing. Why are there most of these manga like these anime these mangas that they recommend? The dude that was recommending the Simple, I don't know why he picked a bunch of them that ended up being axed. Should have made the research before he did that.
None of these stories are the same as each other, to be expected, but they're all very interesting. Now, there's a lot of things on the market currently. It's very overwhelming in a lot of different places, not just like Weekly Shonen Jump, right? Sometimes it's hard to find those stories. Sometimes it's hard to read those stories. Maybe they're not translated, or you don't really know if they're going to survive or not. That's kind of like the big bad wolf, right? The big scary. I can't promise you that all of these stories will survive, but I am confident at least 2 out of 3 will. Straight down the middle. No spoilers, just vague descriptions, just to tease.
I knew he was gonna do like a bunch of them.
You just to dip your toes in the water, get you interested. All right, hear me out. This first story is called Oversleeping Takahashi, and originally when I read it, I was a little bit bored. I was like, oh, I don't really get the vibe of it. It's pretty standard, pretty basic, but it kind of just slapped me in the face. Only a handful of chapters later, it's like, hey, look, you said I was boring. Try this, and just continued from there to back to back to back, provide pretty enjoyable things. And I was like, okay, maybe I was a bit harsh. Maybe I was judged a little bit too quickly. Maybe I was just silly about it. You know what? Let me take a step back. Let me give it time to cook. Let me see what it can do, because this story isn't anything crazy. It's not revolutionary. If anything, at the beginning, it kind of stumbles over itself pretty nicely, cutely. But when it starts to roll, when it starts to bring up traction, when it starts to find its footing, I think it's actually kind of nice.
If a man really hated ads, here's what
to it, but maybe it's just the Ishida-like aesthetic that it has going for it. Obviously, I'm a glazer, lover of Sui Ishida, Tokyo Ghoul, Jojen X, you get it. So when I see artwork that is kind of very similar, very reminiscent of Tokyo Ghoul Re, you best believe I'm already clocked in. That's like half the points right there. I'm on board. Do I think the story is worth your time? Yes. Do I think everyone's gonna love it? No. Do I think it's going to survive and have a very fruitful future? Potentially. If it continues with its recent stuff, exploring the world and opening up a little bit more while keeping its romantic companion relationship interest, maybe there's something really fun here. Let me give you a vague description, right? So there's this boy and he has like superpowers, nothing crazy. He's just like really fast, really strong. He's mortal, so he can get heavily injured and whatnot. And the shtick, the gimmick is that he's always late for school. Oversleeping Takahashi. The reason that he's late for school, and no one else knows this, is that he's constantly fighting like these curses and spirits and things that prop up like monsters and whatnot, right? So he's doing his best as like a hero, but he's not recognized as a hero. He's not dressed up. He's just in his school uniform going about doing his day, struggling, trying to survive. Punch Merchant 101 Yuji Itadori type beat. We love him. But someone catches on. This girl who's kind of vaguely interested in him. They spark a bit of a relationship. She was in danger. He saved her. My prince, my shining knight to the rescue. So she's goofy and quirky. And between them, the comedy is actually kind of nice. Like there's some pretty wild curses or spirits, monsters, whatever you want to call them, right? They have like odd personalities. They're not just these harbingers of death. They too are kind of quirky, which is fun. The point of what this boy has to do is go around and defeat these things. That is his job. That is his commitment. And the best part about it, absolute best thing, is that he has this ugly little bird that meows. It talks to him. I don't know why. There's no real explanation for it. You'll have to read it. Honestly, the best character in there. Funny little guy. Good art, good story, good time. It's fun, and I'm excited to see how it expands from here. And hopefully you'll read it too. Mech Pacific Rim, Gundam. I'm trying to think of mech stories and none are coming in my head. I'm not a big mech connoisseur. I'm not a big mech enjoyer. I kind of actively avoid mechs. Nothing against it. No bigotry.
He's kind of like me. I don't really like watching, like, it's weird. I like mecha anime, but I don't like mecha anime. I don't make it my mission to go look for it. But if it looks interesting enough, I'll put the effort to watch it. But, like, it's weird because, like, I always assume that they're trying to just be like a Gundam clone to a certain degree. Or, like, I enjoy more like mecha, like Gurren Lagann or like Fooly Cooly or stuff like that, where it's not so focused on the political aspects of like the story, but more of like the mechs themselves. Or Eureka 7. I guess Eureka 7 has a better blend of political standings that doesn't be too intrusive too much into the story, but it does have its footing, but it's not like it has a good balance. Let's just put it that way, compared to most Gundam stories. But like, I enjoy Gundam stories more like G Gundam. Like it's more like we're like I just like stylized like robots more than anything, but that's just me.
Here, something about it just doesn't really sit right with me. I get why people can like it, of course. I guess I just haven't found the right mech story. You know, that might sound like blasphemy, but let me just ask this real quick. It won't take long. What do you consider like a mech story? Because like Evangelion I enjoyed, but is that really about the mechs? I mean, it's got mechs in it, of course, and it's a big part of the story. It's a contributing factor, but I'm not recommending it because of the mechs. You know what I mean? Same with like Code Geass. It's got mechs in it, big contributing factor, but I'm also not recommending it because of the mechs. So, for all mech lovers, you're going to love this story. For people that don't like mechs, you're also probably going to like this story because I'm interested in it and I can vouch for the non-mech lovers, okay? Hear me out. So this story is called Hero Organization. Super generic title, right? And I seen it and I was like, oh, ew, that's an interesting title. Why? There was nothing for this, like no marketing.
See, that was cool. Look at it. It has like a steampunk thing going on. Why do I have that outfit? Looks like something I've seen. I think I've seen that outfit somewhere in Final Fantasy. This is the shoulder pads.
I didn't see anything pop up prior to its release. It probably just wasn't looking hard enough. And I read it, as I do, first chapter. And I was like, hey, hold on. This is kind of cool. And it's like heavily focused around mechs and everything, right? That's the point. But with the 4 chapters that it has out right now, there's already 2 twists within the story that just catch you off guard completely. I can't tell you those 2 twists. It's something that you have to read because it genuinely amplifies your enjoyment for this story. It's kind of the biggest reason, it is the biggest reason why I got hooked on it. I like the artwork. I think it's very pretty. I like the direction of the story currently. It caught me off guard and it has an interesting perspective on what it wants to do. And then I personally think it just has a ton of potential. So what is it about? This is about an old fella trying to find meaning within his life. And he's taking care of his son, and his son's like this prodigy when it comes to VR, piloting mechs. It's kind of future day. And he sees his son and he wants to provide like a better life. Seeing his son thrive, oddly enough, reminds himself of his own failures, but also his ambitions, what he wanted to do in life, what he wanted to be. So they have mechs in this world, very common. It's a part of their military up in space. And the whole point of them having the mechs in space is that there's these things called star beasts, creatures that come from the stars. Some of these beasts are really strong, very creative. There's no explanation as of yet, obviously very early, why they exist, where do they come from, what's their purpose. So it's up to the military to fight them in these big mechs in space. And our main dude, this old fella, he wants to be one of those pilots. He gets offered an opportunity to go up there and fight. And at first, he's a little bit reluctant. He's like, I don't want to do that. I can't leave my son behind. I can't leave him with my very capable sister and extended family that already have kids around his age that are in a much better environment and position. But he does. He wants to show his son that he can be a hero.
Therapy has always been such a scary idea.
Be someone, something. Thus, he gets thrown up into the corporate meat grinder. The twist, Matt, I'm gonna spoil it. The twist is really cool though. It's like, oh, you know, this is a pretty standard story. I wonder where it's gonna go. Oh, okay. I would have never expected that. That's kind of interesting. And then the second twist, I'm not gonna spoil that either, is like, okay. I didn't expect the first one. Definitely didn't expect the second one. Where exactly is this story going? What is the tone of this story? Because like I got in there thinking, oh, it's kind of lovey and drawn really pretty and it's a nice vibe to it, you know, a bit mechanical and greasy and I guess militarized. But then it gets kind of dark at certain points and it's like, oh, hold on. I like this. This is an interesting vibe, an interesting momentum that it's got going, and I really, really want to see where it goes. I think a lot of you will really enjoy it. For the mech lovers, for the non-mech lovers, give it a chance. It's like the best of both worlds. I saved the best till last. Harry Potter. Absolute garbage. But seriously, if you have not read Itchy the Witch, please do. Support it, love it, appreciate it, buy it, do whatever you can for it, sacrifice. When I tell you that I love this artist, I don't really know much about the author, but the artist I love, right? She's had a very rough time, and I'm not going to bring up the history just out of respect, but just know that she got dealt a very bad hand. The person that she used to work with, absolute vile, garbage human being, eject them into space, bury them under the prison, you name it. But she's back, healthy, happy, thriving, I hope, and with a brand new series, and with someone that hopefully gives her the place to stretch her wings. I don't know much about the author, but I've heard they run another successful manga called
Happy birthday, bro.
Aruna
Happy
in like
birthday,
a
Baker.
completely different magazine. I'm happy that they're both working together, and I really love Itchy the Witch. Intriguing story, beautiful artwork, I love it, and with the opportunity of a lifetime to become a massive success. Both of these people, author and artist, are successful in their own ways, big names within the industry. Having a fantasy story that focuses around magic that can actually thrive within Weekly Shonen Jump is surprisingly difficult. Now you're probably sitting there rattling off every single magic story to exist, but hear me out. Magic kind of hard to do refreshingly because
I know.
so many stories.
I know, Brian. The clips are the clips he's using makes it so hard to make it seriously. I can't.
That's logic, right? So tell me why Itchy feels refreshing. Like it has a vibe, an identity behind it, a charm to it. There's so much texture that you just can't help but love it. It's a comedy, it's humorous, but then it has this crazy amount of action that's over the top. And then it has this super creative and probably constantly complex ideas and design philosophy for their magical creatures that hold the magic that they wield. So the story, we live in a world where males don't have magic and females do. It's a part of their, I guess what we believe to be so far, biology. Because of this, the women thrive in this magical industry that goes from like a military type beat, going around the world and protecting people, to everyday civilians. But this boy who lives alone on this mountain, doesn't really socialize with people, and is a hunter, suddenly gets magic. I say suddenly, but there's an altercation that happens with another witch that spirals into this chase towards this creature that holds a lot of magic, and this creature is very overpowered, but this boy is able to kill it. And because he's able to kill it, he kind of captures it like a Pokemon, and it becomes part of his magic utensils. He gets a very powerful magic, and he himself becomes a witch. And now his job as one of the first males to have magic is to hunt down these creatures. See, the world operates around these creatures. They represent a lot of different things, not just physical representations, but conceptual, metaphorical, giving things a construct. So some of them are going to be good, some of them are going to be straight evil, and others are going to be kind of in the middle, not really care. It gives a variety, and it gives character. All of these creatures have a personality. They have a character behind them that allows you to explore a really good avenue rather than just hunting them down and killing them. I genuinely think this is going to be a huge story for Weekly Shonen Jump because it's got all of the flavors that you would want. So many things are working in this story's favor to be something absolutely huge. Like myself, a lot of you will really, really enjoy it. So go give it a read, please. You won't regret it.
Okay.
Wix gives you the freedom to tell your.
All right, so that's from Sufferance. I think he's done. That's from Sufferance, and that was an interesting one. I actually found that last one a little more interesting than the rest, to be honest. So like, subscribe, share, follow, comment. Hope you guys enjoy this and all that great stuff. It's kind of insane how manga is just thriving the way they make these stories. It always seems so interesting. Every new story is always different and always so interesting to jump into. All right, with that said, I'll see you guys next one. Oh, also give a follow to Sufferance if you like this as well. Link in bio of the video and of his channel. Very good video. Yes, it was.
It is.
Okay, so this is from Sufferance again. I know I do a lot of Sufferance videos. I do like his videos. I enjoy them. Even his clips that he picks that really makes me like, it's hard for me to take the dude seriously when he makes his videos because he puts like extreme, like he uses the same type of clips. Oh, okay. Wait, Mike. Oh, okay. Later, Mike. He uses clips all the time. Some I've already seen thousands of times, but they're still funny given the context and how he uses them, so it's kind of funny. So this is called the best new manga of the year. This was 2 weeks ago, so this is pretty recent as well. I don't know if I did this video, but if I did, I'll stop. But if I don't, so with that said, we'll jump into it and give them a follow. So.
December, end of the year, and I have read a lot of great stories, but this might be my favorite of the year, hands down. Don't worry, I will have another video talking about my top 5 best manga that I've read this year, but for now, I want to talk about my favorite. Cream of the crop, top of the line, something that I did not expect to be so entertaining.
I guess is it the Tokyo Ghoul? I'm pretty sure it's the Tokyo Ghoul writer. I think it's Choyo X, I think.
Flipped its own story on its head and just went in a completely different direction.
Or is it...
I, alongside all of you that are reading, did not expect it. What we got in return was
Kajabachi?
Something absolutely magnificent. Admittedly, this story is not going to be for everyone. You probably won't have the same response.
What do you guys think? You think it's Kajabachi? I think it's Kajabachi. I think for the year, because I guess it has to be Kagurabachi. It has to be. If not, then I don't know.
And that's okay, but if you do, even just a little bit, you're going to have a fantastic time. Don't worry though, I'm going to talk about it. This story is called Mad, and while it's not the most enticing name or the most unique, it does have a ton of potential. It is entertaining. It is horrifying.
I remember this being mentioned, but I forgot how it goes. It goes insane.
Everything that I'm currently looking for, and probably everything you're currently looking for as well. It's hard to explain the type of feeling that Mad actually provides. Doesn't have the prettiest artwork, doesn't have the most unique or compelling storytelling. Its writing isn't anything out of this world, but yet, apart from all of that, it still sparks intrigue, and a very large amount of it. Like a compelling...
Bro, why you do this? What? Look.
Something that you keep coming back to this story every single time. It knows how to place those hooks deeper and deeper into the back of your mind. During the week, you will randomly think about this story and be like, oh my god, that was so great. I need more of it. And then be depressed when you have to wait 2 weeks for a chapter. But when you get that chapter, best time of your life. And then depressed that you have to wait another 2 weeks. But I digress. Mad starts off very, very simple. It's actually a little deceptive. Your run-of-the-mill alien invasion, apocalyptic world where humans are on the brink of extinction because of some alien species crash landing from a meteor. That's it. That's your setup. The world is in shambles, humans can't do anything, and these alien species, which looks like literal quote-unquote alien, are just tearing everything apart. They're smart, they're intelligent, they're super strong, they're super fast, they're the peak apex predator. Humans are struggling to survive. Morale is low. And the main character, called John, is kind of just given up. My man is not happy. I mean, how could you be? His life is in shambles, the world is in shambles, he doesn't really have anything to live for, he's got barely any food to himself, he's very antisocial, he hates other people, like, he doesn't want to be in this world. But he's got his sister. Kind of. And his sister is a constant reminder to continue moving forward, to continue at least trying to live. And that reminder is very, very important, almost crucial to how John functions as a human being. It's important now, and it's very important, critically, later on. See, as horrifying and brutal as this world is, there is a countermeasure. There are people fighting back against these aliens. And you probably think, oh, with guns, with rockets, with military force and might. Kind of, but no. We get to see what human military might is all about. I mean, it doesn't really work well. They get obliterated, as you would expect. The aliens outnumber humans. So it does propose a question. How would you handle an alien invasion? How would you fight back against these aliens? Build some sort of weapon to kill them? Figure out how they function so you can kill them? Have a strong defense force? Maybe go underground? Maybe try and live on an island separated by water? All of these might sound like pretty good options, of course, but there is a proactive choice, and one that is gruesomely experimental. There is a chance, a very, very small chance, less than 1%, I would say, that if you eat an alien, you will turn into one. But not a regular alien. You're still human. You're a humanoid version of that alien. The best example I can give you is think of a Titan shifter from Attack on Titan. Human turning into Titan, back to human. There's a chance that this is possible. And this is how humanity is starting to fight back, trying to build a hypothetical hybrid human army, which sounds pretty cool, right? It's like, okay, this makes sense. Turn people into aliens or hybrids. It's not that simple. See, the process of human to alien hybridization is disgusting. It is not an easy process. I would argue the process is worse than death. You have to go...
Oh, disgusting. I don't like this. This is sound like some Witcher type nonsense. I don't know. This sounds like Witcher stuff. Not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, it sounds like he said disgusting process. It must be really, like, painful.
Through this torturous, absolutely horrifying experience that does not end. And there's no guarantee that you will survive this process, this transformation. All of your hair on your body falls off. Your skin peels away. Your every orifice starts to bleed. You're in excruciating pain. And at any moment, you can...
It tastes like chicken. And then you start you just like, it tastes like chicken and your skin starts peeling off and your hair starts falling off and everything just starts falling off and ripping and going insane. This is a crazy manga.
Could boil into a massive hunk of meat and just die. Now you're probably thinking, okay, maybe it's not a great idea. Who would ever agree to do something like this? That is the point. No one would rightfully want to agree with this if they knew the ramifications of the transformation process. So now you're sitting in a pretty sinister mindset. It's no longer safe to be human because of the other humans that are trying to transform you. You don't even have a choice in this matter now. If you come across the wrong people that are trying to do this, they will transform you by force. Either you die during the process or you become something else. What I've just told you is the surface of Mad's story. While you know the process of what it's actually about, the enjoyment you get from reading it and how much detail they go into expanding upon this importance of human, alien, and hybridization is very entertaining. I promise you, the way that I've explained it doesn't do it enough justice. I thought this would just be a simple, straightforward alien story, but it has quickly turned on its head to become something about human nature, what it means to be human, what it means to continue moving forward, what it means to survive against all odds, against the worst of the worst. You thought aliens were the worst things to exist, killing everything on this planet? No, it's the humans. They're the problem. They're the issue because...
Well, you know, that sounds like Walking Dead. It's like the metaphor is like, it's not the zombies that the problem, it's the humans that makes it hard to like live in a post-apocalyptic world of zombies.
They can lie to you, they can manipulate, they can scheme, they can create agendas. And it's that utter sinister approach that is so terrifyingly addictive. Seeing how people operate within the unknown is so incredibly intoxicating. It's a murky experience. You're sitting here like, what's going on? What am I about to experience? And the people in front of you know absolutely everything that's about to happen to you. But there is a benefit of them not telling you what's about to happen because you would never agree to it. If you knew, you wouldn't want this to happen. And who could blame you? It's a very dystopian but also militarized outlook on experimentation. Some perhaps convincing themselves themselves that this is for the greater good, that the only way humanity will survive is by enduring this process to become powerful creatures, to become those aliens, to fight back. Are they right? Are they wrong? Does it even matter, because no one can fight back? But what if they could? What if they could fight back? What if someone that they did actually manage to transform decided to end it all? Not themselves, of course. They survived the process. They survived what's worse than death. No. What if they decided to kill their creators? Who cares about the aliens outside when the real monster is the one the humans created? Then you get into some very interesting territory. How would that even look? How would that even feel? Well, all I'll say, it feels amazing and it looks just as incredible as you think it would. It's ruthless, it's horrifying, it's scary. It makes me question what this author really wants to achieve in the long run. Now that the story is kind of expanding into these human territories, rather than just surviving the apocalyptic alien invasion, it can go anywhere. It can do anything, and that unknown, that mystery, that plague that is centered everywhere, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. In my opinion, what really helps this story is how roughly expressive its artwork actually is. I would compare this artwork to two authors. It has the simplistic character facial expressions of Tatsuki Fujimoto, so Chainsaw Man, but the rough body outline and even alien design of Gege Akutami, Jujutsu Kaisen. If you think about combining those two things together,
I can kind of see it. I can see it. Like, I can see it. It looks like it could be from Chainsaw Man and look like it could be from Jujutsu Kaisen. Huh. So that what it looks like it was combined. That's interesting.
Might sound like a nightmare, but that's kind of the point. There's a very odd simplicity and beauty to the line work in here that's rough and edgy and crisp, all within the same bubble of focusing on those beautiful facial expressions. Crystal clear. I cannot express enough the importance of those facial expressions, because it reflects so much of the character's internal dialogue and their emotions. Sure, you could easily have a ton of dialogue, but in a world like this, showing it is so much more powerful. When you have others that are conniving and deceiving, seeing it expressed on their face in the most truthful, believable way is gut-wrenching. Seeing someone
It's like Gojo smirk.
suffering and struggling so desperately to survive, is horrifying. The author 100% knows where their strength lies artistically. You're either going to get something that's very close up to detail those facial expressions, or something drawn back to look all-encompassing, edgy and gritty and horrifying in design. And that is what I love about it. This experience, this story, these characters, this unforgiving nature of this world is so compelling to me. Every single chapter I get to read is wonderful. This has been one of, if not my favorite experiences of this year, and I'm so excited to see it thrive. But truly, if the way I talked about the story in its basic form sounds interesting, go and read it. I 100% promise you, you will not regret it.
Alright, so that was Sufferance. That was amazing. That was a good video. So with that said, like, subscribe, share, follow, comment. I hope you guys see you in the next one and all that great stuff. Give a follow to Sufferance, and the video will be in the descriptions if you want to go check it yourself, or you want to rewatch it, or you can react to it. I'll also put his YouTube video or his YouTube channel in it as well, so you don't have to look for him. It'll be in the descriptions. I do that with everyone, big or small, depending on the case. So with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Since time.
Alright, so this is from Action Tune. They have almost 500,000 subscribers, and it says here, I haven't... Oh, this is an hour long. Hell no. I'm sorry, can't do that. Too long. Sorry. Sorry. Get this in. Alright, so we'll do one more video that has to do with anime, and then we'll do two cringe videos, two meme videos, I guess. All right. Let's see. The manga that ruined its potential. Uh-oh. All right, let's see what this is. So, hold on.
on both mobile and PC with Google.
Generic.
So as we can see, this is from Spaceman777 underscore, or it's Spaceman underscore space underscore man 777 3 sevens 1 underscore behind, or just say Spaceman77. He has, or they have 5,807k subscribers, and their video here, which is anime focus, it says the manga that ruined its potential. Not really sure what they're talking about, so we'll see what they're referring to. If you guys want to be part of the video or want to see the video while I am doing the reaction and giving my opinion based on what's happening alongside my audience, you can come over here on YouTube. Link in the description if you're watching from TikTok, or watch from YouTube Shorts, or you can watch from Twitch where there's no artwork. So if you want to see that, go ahead.
Cliche, overused. These are all terms that have been used to insult various art forms over the years. And anime, along with manga, are no exceptions. Over the past 20 years or so, there's been an inescapable meta that continues to dominate the charts no matter what. Half man, half monster. From AOT and Naruto to JJK and Chainsaw Man. This base idea has literally spawned billions of dollars.
7 deadly sins? We'll see. We'll see if it's 7 deadly.
Many people have wondered, how can an idea that's given its cheeks to everyone still continue to be an infinite money glitch? Well, cliche does not equal bad. Yes, Dennis is another half-demon teenage protagonist, but Fujimoto put crack in this generic formula with his literal insane plot points, along with his commitment to writing about dark issues that rarely get to see the light in these kinds of series. But what happens when you take a one-of-a-kind, unprecedented story and force it through this same generic pipeline for the sake of that manyan, for the sake of that money, for the sake of that bayag? You get Goku Raku Guy. On January 27th.
What? I heard there's good things about this. Oh no. Did it? We'll see. We'll see.
Great year 2020. Yuto Sano dropped one of the cleanest one-shots I've ever had the pleasure of reading. Goku Raku Guy, the Third Avenue Incident. This is a story about the brutal reality of many urban environments. And page 1 shows immediately that ain't shit sweet when you trying to survive. We meet our two main characters, Tao and Alma. Alma was just a little kid trying to make it on his own, but he stole from the wrong lady. Despite being many years older, Tao put the hands on that young nigga as she caught him trying to steal from him. But thankfully, Tao still has a heart and decides to take the boy under her wing. Fast forward however many years into the future, and Alma is now a young man serving as Tao's right hand. The two of them work as shady mercenaries that solve any problem in the underground, for the right price of course. And the first task we see them deal with is a businessman trying to cover up the fact that he's a bit too much of a dog person. This guy loved the Inuka-san manga. Let me explain. Goku Raku Guy is a world where beast men exist. Half tiger, half man. Literally. However, in this up city, beastmen are heavily discriminated against. Some species are more rare than others, however, and unfortunately, trafficking is a harsh reality that these beings have to look out for. Word around town is that mermaids just got sold into a popular brothel, and due to them being so uncommon, they're highly in demand. While Alma's out picking up cigs for Tao, someone pickpockets him, and it just so happens to be a mermaid. Even though Alma's thugged out, and most niggas will get beat the fuck up for touching him, he sees that this young girl is in pain, and he shows her the same compassion Miss Tao showed him all those years ago. Well, Kinda. It took her a minute to show the compassion, but she did indeed show it. Anyway, Alma brings her back to the crib to see Tao, and even though the mermaid only has $1 to her name, Tao is willing to hear what she has to say. There's a medicine in this world that allows beastmen to transform fully into a human for a limited time, but it's very expensive. The mermaid girl's family started taking this medicine a while back, and her mother and sisters moved in with this strange older man. While her mother and the man seemed to be in love at first, he eventually became abusive, and to pay off his own debts, he sold off the entire family to the black market, and only this one girl escaped. This story struck a chord with Tao, as she was also abused when she was younger. So despite the fact that Tao seemed to only be motivated by her own survival, she goes out of her way to save the girl's family. If this sounds like a cold ass intro to a story to you, that's because it is. I avoided spoilers, so I beg y'all, please give this a read. Yuto Sano is a genius in my eyes. The art alone in this one shot is enough to earn them a serialization. But the fact
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of clean. It is clean. Not kinda, it is clean. That's all I'm saying. Look how clean the art is. That is some clean art. Man, you gotta respect that clean art.
The Goku Rakugai one-shot also covers dark themes like abuse, corruption within the system, and prejudice. This had the makings of an all-time classic. So when Goku Rakugai got picked up to drop monthly in Shonen Jump, I can't even describe to you how excited I was. But what if I told you that every cool and unique thing about the one-shot was changed with the manga's release? Would you also fist your own ass in despair? I know I did. Let me explain.
Wait, whoa, back up. That's a little extreme, don't you think?
July.
Hey guys, did you
What the hell? What the hell? That's a little bit on the extreme, don't you think?
In the great year of 2022, Goku Rakugai officially debuted in Jump Square, a sister magazine of Weekly Shonen Jump that instead focuses on monthly releases. The manga starts off much like the one-shot, with Tao and Amma once again being mercenaries, as they help a businessman hide the fact that he wants to be just like his favorite waifu, Inukai-san. Fast forward a couple panels, and Amma's running errands for Tao, but on his way back, he spots a kid doing graffiti on their building. Turns out it's a rich kid that's on the search for his missing Beastman friend, with the reward of 5 million big ones. With this much bread on the line, Amma brings little bro back to Miss Tao. Unfortunately, the kid feels like the mercs are too fucking shady to be trusted, and decides to take his search elsewhere. But by the time he leaves, the night has already come upon the city. The disaster hour has arrived. The rich kid continues to roam the streets and eventually finds his friend on the brink of death. As he looks into the shadows of the back alley, he sees the creature that had taken him. It's a demon.
Alright,
Okay. All hope seems lost. Both of them are about to die. That is until Amma swoops in last second to save them. The demons in this universe are called Maga. This is unfortunate timing, but very fitting, as Amma's putting in work fighting this big ass demon. Tao's in the background, giving us an expositional speech about the evil demons that have been resurrected to cause disasters, in which she reveals that her and Alma's true occupation is demon hunters. Are you serious right now? Another demon story, huh? So no more unique story focusing on the dynamics between people and beastmen? For sure. No, I'm gonna let him cook. Anyway, Alma's starting to struggle against the Maga. It was way stronger than anticipated. Alma decides it's time to take things to the next level. He opens up his shirt and pulls the stake out of his chest, unleashing his full ability. Alma's true power is that he's half demon, half man. Are y'all fucking serious, bro? No fucking way these niggas took this dark, moody seinen and transformed it into JJK, bro. Come on. This motherfucking Chainsaw Man knockoff, dog. I dead ass couldn't believe it, bro. When I read this chapter, I can't explain the pain I felt in my heart and my ass freshly fisted. And the fact that I had to wait a month for more of this buffoonery.
Can we not say these things? Why do we have to say these things?
I was sick to my goddamn stomach, man. My goat is washed. The Goku Rakugai one-shot was a breath of fresh air, with a depressing and disgusting setting filled with morally ambiguous actors all trying their hardest to survive. And when the manga was announced, I already knew things were bound to change. Many of the greatest mangas started off as one-shots, and were able to build on the already impressive premise to soar to heights unknown. I was expecting things to be different, but I didn't expect the very soul of the one-shot to be killed in an attempt to become another generic shonen appealing to the most common denominator. However, despite the disappointing start of the manga, I still kept hope that peak fiction will return once more. The art was still fantastic. The character designs were even better than before, but the story fell off like a supervillain in a kids movie. At the time of this recording, the manga has now been running for 2 years, and I guess it has in fact come back. But before we speak on that, we have to discuss the differences between the manga and the one-shot, because even though the manga has finally gained its own identity with the recent chapters, I still believe the original concept had unmatched potential. First things first, I want to speak on the difference in tone and characters between the two versions of the story. The manga feels so much more watered down compared to the one-shot. For example, in the manga, the idea of beastmen being discriminated against still exists, but it's so much more juvenile, and we don't get to see any examples of it. It just comes off in an exposition dump. Literally, bro, that one rich kid thinks to himself, my dad told me not to associate with beastmen because they're lower class. Okay. I mean, since you said it, the concept is still there, but like, we don't get to see it at all. The biggest shame, in my opinion, is that Tao and Amma have lost so much of their edge and original appeal in the manga variant. They're no longer these morally gray, broken characters. Now, they're just the good guys. They aren't solving crimes as mercenaries who do something fucked up for cash. They're heroes for hire, quote unquote, who act out of the kindness of their hearts. Like they literally say it multiple times. By the way, we're the good guys. Nigga, I know. In the one shot, when Tao and Amma helped the mermaids, those said mermaids didn't didn't have any cash to give to them. But Tao said, don't worry about it, little bruh. I got you. She hits a crazy Uno reverse. The Tiger Beastman tried to sell the mermaids into the black market, but Tao traffics that nigga instead to make up for the bread. That's cold-blooded, which makes the manga feel ass in comparison sometimes, because even up to the current chapters, these two have yet to achieve the combined aura and complexity they once had. I mean, Tao always maxed out, but Alma fell the fuck off. Tao and Alma's relationship in the one-shot immediately starts off with a much deeper feeling. From the jump, this pair has so much character on some backwards, bizarro Batman and Robin type dynamics. Or, well, I guess just Batman and Robin technically. I also feel the manga made a huge mistake with making Alma the main character. In the one-shot, Tao and Alma basically split the screen time evenly, but in the manga, Alma takes all the screen time over Tao, and this hurts the series a lot. Tao is easily the coolest character in both the one-shot and the manga, but the manga makes her take a backseat to hoist this wannabe Itadori to stardom. This nigga's an industry plant, and you know, maybe one-shot Alma could have handled the spotlight, but Alma in the manga is simply not that guy. The lights were too bright. Alma is so Weenie Hut Jr. compared to his one-shot counterpart. He goes from being Miss Tao's crash-out shooter in the OG to an immature, naive, half-demon nigga in the manga. That nigga about, you're not like that, little bro. You're from the burbs. One of the most tragic losses from the one-shot is the overall swag of Alma. Alma in the manga is just a generic, boring, Itadori, dingy fusion who's put into interesting situations by characters who are much more entertaining than himself. But in the one-shot, my nigga Alma cool as hell. He's more of a punk type character in that story, which in my opinion is much more enjoyable and makes much more sense considering the setting. I'm so tired of the naive MC trope, bro. Where the thugs at, man? Hey, thug shake if you really about it, man. Fuck you talking about? Shake that shit, nigga.
Pi is a browser extension that lets you block those pesky
Bro just wants, bro was an ignorant MC. That's all he wants. I get it. I kind of get what he's talking about. He just wants he wants someone to throw hands. He wants that one dude to throw some hands. That's what he wants to do. I get it. He wants the fighting capabilities of Itadori, but have like the straight ignorance like Naruto, young Naruto, I guess.
Oh! One-shot Alma is a real deal young nigga, bro. A real deal crash out. That one Tiger Beastman was talking crazy to bro on the street, and immediately on sight, Twin said, "Who the fuck is you talking to, bro?" Pum! Bitch ass boy popped that nigga right in his mouth and took his blick. What?
He took his gun.
I'm itching to shoot that bitch, Twin. I've been waiting to switch cheese a nigga, Twin. One-shot Alma really just an Atlanta nigga for real. Like I said earlier, his relationship with Tao also has a much more intriguing dynamic in the OG. In the one-shot, she feels like the tough mother of a badass kid. Although harsh, you can tell it comes from a place of love.
I respect it. I'm not gonna lie, I respect it. I get what he's coming from. Cause like I get what he's coming from with the whole naive Ite type anime manga protagonist. It is getting kind of old to a certain degree. I get it, but like he just was so straight, want to go hands like every second.
Alma being
Let's
dumbed
go.
down, Tao's motherly vibe is turned down as well, and now it just comes off as her saying obvious truths to a fucking idiot. But speaking of Tao, I'd like to discuss her changes as well. Although not nearly as drastic as Alma's remake, I still find myself missing her original personality at times. Tao's one-shot variant is much more effective narratively than her manga version. Both of them have the same base traits of hard-ass exterior with a take-no-shit attitude that's actually hiding a big softy that's willing to help anyone. But due to the darker world of the one-shot, that hard-ass exterior makes more sense. And the fact that she's truly a softy is an even more potent idea. To help people for free in the world of the one-shot is some real deal angelic shit. But at the same time, she's still slime. She's not simply killing demons because her crew is the only people who can. She's actively enforcing her own thoughts on fairness and justice against the maniacs in her city. And lastly, whoever thought it was a good idea to lean away from the focus being on beastmen and the way that they serve as an allegory for prejudice? You're not a hooper, bro. You don't know ball. You have no idea how good the Goku Rakugan one-shot was. My fault. That might be a bit extreme. The one-shot world has a dark cloud around it that sucks you into its atmosphere. But the manga trades all this out to do another take on the half-demon protag versus the full-demon villains. Boo! The demon trope is so overused, bro. It literally took half the soul away from the concept of Goku Rakugan. I know I keep saying it, dog, but Alma is just a mix of Denji and Yuji, bro. It's very obvious and very annoying. Nigga literally has a power-up on his chest like Dennis. The fuck is this nigga, Power Rangers, bro? How we all transforming the same way? Nigga still in swag, bitch ass boy.
Yeah, that's not sounding good. Yeah, this is what happens when you actually I now look at him now, you look like if you fusion dance Denji with Itadori. it's weird because like it looks like it, and when you look at the art style, it's a cleaner version, a lot not edgier because compared to like Jujutsu Kaisen, it's a lot. Jujutsu Kaisen has a very sketchy, rough look. This one is like Jujutsu Kaisen but clean as hell, like Kingdom Hearts clean. It has like a Kingdom Hearts like sharpness aesthetic along with a Jujutsu Kaisen type feel at the same time. But given it feels like that, and now I'm looking at it as he puts it the way he does. I can see it. It looks like Itadori and Denji fusion dance into this dude. That's wild.
He even stealing my nigga emotes, bro. Come on now, bro. You're not slick, buddy. Now look, I may be critical, and it might sound like I hate this manga, but that's not true at all. I actually love it, but it's so sad to see a potential genre-defining piece of media be toned down to an 8 out of 10 in an attempt to capture a wider audience. A story for everyone. It's a story for no one. But after all that, how did this manga manage to sneak its way into my top 3 favorite new gens? To be fair, it is understandable that the GRG manga wouldn't be as developed from the start compared to the one-shot. Trying to finish a story in 50 or so pages versus trying to stretch a story.
I'm not gonna lie. As much as I'm saddened that what's happening with this manga here, I love this art style. I would love to have an art style like this. It looks so pristine. I love. Yeah, I'm doing a thumbnail, but like, I love this. I love this art style. I want this art style.
To come, there's going to be a lot of things you keep mysterious for a while. However, for the first 7 chapters, aka the first 7 months, I couldn't help but continue to feel like the manga diluted itself to the point of just being another jump manga that would get canceled faster than a white girl on the internet. What do you mean I can't call them that? They say it to each other all the time. But I really loved the GRG one-shot. I became a big fan of Yuto Sano's writing and art style especially. I wanted to keep believing that one day they would manage to write themselves out of that hole of mediocrity. And ever since chapter 8, Twin has officially done it. GRG has finally gained its own personality and has firmly placed itself in my top 3 new gen manga. But what was it exactly that elevated GRG to peak despite its rough start? Characters. Yuto Sano is brilliant when it comes to character writing. And
just to be clear, guys, if you don't want to see the art stuff, you can go to the Twitch. It's just me, my chat, and literally the screen of what we're reacting to. So if you don't want to watch the art stuff that I'm doing on YouTube or TikTok, go over here on Twitch and you can just see the reaction, my VTubing model and the chat, and you can talk and give your opinions on based on what we're reacting to. We're reacting to mainly anime stuff, and we're gonna be doing cringe videos right after this.
Every new cast member introduced continues to erect the excellence of the manga, and myself. But before discussing new players, let's first talk about how Sano managed to make Tao and Alma great characters after their tough beginnings. Tao and Alma's dynamic is noticeably different in the manga, but it did
for democracy.
It's so fucking wholesome, bro. You can't hate on it. He be waking up early and shit to do her laundry like that's really his big sis or something. And the way he still calls her ma'am and is so respectful to her despite being reckless with every other interaction shows just how much Alma respects her, which is nice to see. I will say though, this is just my opinion. This is just speculation, but their relationship seems much more one-sided in the manga. Maybe I'm bugging, but especially with the development in chapter 20, I believe there's a lot of potential to dive into Alma's undying loyalty to Tao, while she seems to kind of just tolerate him. And I don't know Makima shit or nothing like that, but more so like, yo, people don't really fuck with you like you fuck with them, you know what I'm saying? Like I said though, this isn't a fact, this is just my assumptions for where the story might go, because Tao is extremely closed off with Alma, and he notes multiple times that he doesn't really know anything important about her. Regarding Tao's character specifically though, she's still raw as fuck in the manga, don't get me wrong, 100% the best character by far, no debate, no discussion. Since this is a world where demons and monsters are real, Alma once asks Tao, do you believe in gods? To which she responds, of course not. If they exist, they should do a better job.
Yeah, this is looking good. Let's keep building the music and... No, this is supposed to be the happy...
I like that. I like to cut your jib, man. Tao got that dog in her. Ain't she blicking niggas down with the motherfucking J-lit? Blicking niggas down while smoking za? Now that's a bad motherfucker right there. Her characterization is so on point.
Let's go.
She seems cold and distant, much like the one shot. And
Let's
also
go.
in this reality, she's the kind of woman who's been beaten and tortured by her past. Tao is the most realistic feeling character in the manga. Every scene she's in adds so much to the vibe. All her different characteristics and expressions.
Well, and let me tell you something. What is the one thing that these type of anime, these mangas have in common? What does Jujutsu Kaisen, this manga, Dan have all in common? Can anyone guess what they all have in common with each other? There is one particular trope that somehow seems to seem itself in these type of anime or mangas, right? That is not a tiresome thing, but it just seems like it. I just keep noticing more and more and more. No, which is this is awesome. I'm not gonna put that. What I kind of noticed is it's always a white-haired individual who's overpowered or overly cool. You notice that? Gojo, the grandma from Dan. And then it's like this lady right here, this new character here that we're hearing about from this. Like, it's weird. Like, every overpowered character or really cool characters are usually white-haired. Not the problem with it, but I just kind of noticed that's a main thing that keeps coming up more and more and more. Kind of weird. What you're drawing? I'm doing a thumbnail for my YouTube channel. So as we're doing reactions, I'm doing the video.
Are so subtle, but they feel so full. From the way she has a deadly gaze at all times, to the way she still says goodnight to the found family. She always respects the moment. From the way she always seems to have everything figured out and remains calm in front of Alma, to her moments of solitude, playing with her lighter as she panics about the future. She just feels so whole, you know what I mean? And like so defined as a character. Despite being so serious and focused constantly, she still plays along with the found family's little bits and gags in her own chill way. I just hope that she gets to share the spotlight with Alma as the protagonist in the future, or give us a whole arc focused on her. Please! Like, how you gonna design the baddest character in modern manga, make her cool as fuck with dope ass one-liners, and then put her on the bench so you can have your naive demon guy 530 as the lead? Buddy is tweaked out for that.
No, but that's what they do with these type of characters. When they're overpowered or overly liked, they have to nerf them. And what ironically that does, it makes you hate the MC and like them more. Right? It's like Gojo. Let's be honest. We call Itadori the main character, but let's be honest, we all see Gojo as the main character. That's why you see more of him, or more fans talking about him than Itadori. If we're talking about Itadori's or its specific situations, given whatever the context is, but 9 times out of 10, when you hear the word Jujutsu Kaisen, you might think Itadori, but 9 times out of 10 you're thinking of Gojo. Let's be honest, most people said, I'm going to get the Gojo skin in Fortnite than they ever said, I'm going to get Itadori. Or Megumi. Or the girl. I keep forgetting her name. I don't know why. Yeah, so they nerfed them hard. So, like, that's why every time... And they do this is what they do with usually overpowered characters. When the overpowered character isn't not the main character... Oh, you Magaraga? Okay, I can see that. I can see that. But like, or Sukuna. Oh, that can be second. You can think of Sukuna as well. But 9 times out of 10, most people either say, I'm going to get the what do you call it? No, bruh. The Gojo skin. 9 times out of 10, people think of Gojo. Girls think of Gojo, or Toshi if we're talking about the female demographic. Is either Sukuna. These are the 3 types of dudes that you hear about what most girls talk about when it comes to Jujutsu Kaisen: Gojo, Sukuna, Toji. Those are the 3. Everyone else is kind of on the wayside at that point. They might throw Megumi in there, but very rare, very rare. Yeah. So and then the people who go hard, they think of Magaraga. So yeah. But yeah.
I must be honest, I spoke on this a bit earlier, but another aspect of the manga that's fantastic is the character designs. The drip in this manga is insane.
Yes, I love the character design. So clean, so pristine. The clothes look like they belong in that universe. I love the clothes. So for those who are here, if you're hearing what I'm talking about, yeah, pretty much. And they have a movie. I think they have a movie coming out about Gojo's birth or whatever. If you guys are listening to this, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I'm not just randomly just talking out of nowhere. we're doing a reaction. So if you want to come over here on YouTube Shorts, or if you want to just watch the reaction when I'm doing my artwork, you can come over here on Twitch and watch the reaction with us. There's 3 different ways you can watch this. Just watch and hear me talk about it, and just look at the art. Go on YouTube Shorts, you can see the art and what we're reacting to on the phone, or you can go to Twitch and just see the reaction alone without the art.
The fuck on. You cannot deny it. Everyone got that shit on, no cap. All the characters pass the drip check with ease, which adds to the overall appeal tenfold.
Damn, like see, I told you, it's a cleaner version of Jujutsu Kaisen. Look at that art style.
Cool ass series with
it looks, bro, that looks like, it looks like a more dope version of Gojo. Look at look at that. Look at that, bro. Let me see. Ew. I finished. Yeah, it's a pretty good anime, and I think the movie's coming soon.
Overall appeal tenfold in my opinion. There's nothing I hate more than a cool ass series with whack ass fits, bro. Get that bullshit out my face. Is that USPA? But not dead ass though. The character design in GRG is sensational. Tao's design is so fire. Even Hololive said, "Hold up, let me see your notes, big bro." Every character has their own sense of style and their own way of carrying themselves.
Yeah, they do.
And they're hot. They all have so much allure behind them. And with the way the power system works for the demons, their style also tells you a lot about their abilities and their backstory. And they're hot. But this all comes back to the fact that Yuto Sano's already a legend in my eyes artistically. Their style is god tier. Like, I feel like my niggas already lined up with the heavy hitters, bro. Yuto Sano uses their month time span to the maximum advantage because every page of this manga is a work of art.
Hi, what are you drawing? Hello, Shu. I'm doing a thumbnail for my gaming channel, so I'm just making a thumbnail for the next YouTube video. We're gonna be doing I already finished the montage of Helldivers, so I'm just making the thumbnail. So it's gonna be clean as possible, so it'll be ready for the YouTube video. I don't know if I'm gonna make more thumbnails of future videos. I might just use this one and just put a number next to it for the montages for like silly stuff that happens, but we'll see. I kind of feel like if I make the thumbnails, they're gonna be a lot more personable, and a lot of people are gonna click on it better than just me making a generic thumbnail.
Neat that it comes together to form this beautiful, almost realistic feel within the manga visually. The only critique I would have given was that a lot of the fight choreography in the early chapters is kinda meh, despite it looking so good. But with the fight in chapter 20, this problem is definitely on its way out. The art is fire, bro. I wish I could glaze it better, but this shit is tough as fuck. Sano could draw just about anything and not be brick.
Thank you.
Whoa. My fault. You know what? Fuck it, I'm standing on that. I've been trying to hold back this whole time, but I can't take it anymore. Get this shit off me! On God, Tao's bad as fuck, and I need her feet in my mouth effective immediately. Nah, I said what I said, but I suggest everyone go follow Sano on Twitter, because they be posting hella extra artwork on that bit. Twin be putting the characters in different situations and such, and has not missed yet, so...
I respect people who can make sketches that clean and still look like it looks like a sketch, but also as line art at the same time. I don't think why a lot of people take seriously how that is a lot of skill to keep the sketch as clean as possible. You know? It has to be as clean as possible, but yet looks sketchy as well, like it's not done, but it looks done. Do you know how hard that is to keep that medium that in check? Look how clean the sketch is. Right? Look how clean that looks. But yet you can feel it's not done, but it feels done. Right? That is skill. I like sketches like that. I like clean sketches like that. That is really good.
They want to tap in. More Tao with their hair down? For sure. Tao in a skirt? Yo, I fuck with that. I'll take 20 posters, please. Real quick though, I also want to just talk about the family. Shout out Dominic Toretto. The streets always win looking at it. Why is this nigga so fucking strong though, bro? I thought y'all niggas was stealing DVDs and shit. Big buff bald ass nigga, man. Big buff bald ass nigga. Damn it. The found family dynamic is always cute and one of my favorite concepts in fiction. And Goku Rakuga utilizes it perfectly. All the interactions between the squad feel authentic and have an air to them that really makes it seem as if these characters have known each other for years. You can truly feel the love each of them have for one another. From the way that they bicker to the way that they call each other out. Everything is out of love. And the interactions they have are so wholesome, bruh. Like for example, the volume 2 cover art is fire. But then in the extras we get a behind the scenes of how it came to be. And it's literally just Alma helping Nate flick up for a fire ass pick, bro. I love these niggas, bro. I love that relationship, bro. So hold on, nigga. Let me get right real quick. Hold on. Yo, that shit cold, ain't it? That shit cold. That shit ain't clean. I ain't fresh. I live for this type of shit, nigga. And this is kind of a spoiler. I'm pausing so you can skip to the time on the screen. But I really like that Sano's using the
Whoa. I don't want no spoilers. Whoa, ooh, save me on that one. 1828? 1828? Skip to 1828? Okay. Hey, I want no spoilers. I kinda wanna see this. Don't do that. Bro, what's got me?
It's getting cut from the video. Although it had a very rough start and was very lacking in identity originally, the story in the manga has become quite solid. Dare I say, fire. As of chapter 22, it feels like we've finally gotten past the setup and are now entering the true story. Yes, the manga's much different than the one shot, but Yuto Sano was 2016 LeBron. Lil Twin came back from a 3-1 lead with immense passion and skill. Goku Rakugai is one of the strongest cases of let them cook I've seen since the Dark Ages. Literally every chapter just gets better and better. Each new plot point gets you more and more invested.
I don't like getting spoilers. When something like this, when it clean and look nice like this, I don't want it to get any spoilers myself. That's why I avoid everything with Gacha Okuda, because I know I know that's gonna be my next favorite anime. Like it was my favorite animes from I think the 2010s was Soul Eater. No, Soul Eater came in 09. It'll be Soul Eater, Fire Force, Gurren Lagann. What else? It was Reincarnation, Jobless Reincarnation. I mean,
It came in 2010.
Jobless? Yes, it came in 2020. I think 2020, 2019, 2020. I think.
You said 2010. That's real.
No, I think it was in 2020. If I remember right. And I love art style more than I like story. If the art style looks great, I'm hoping that the story is great, because it's ass if you have great art style and the story's ass, boy. It hurts my heart, bro. It hurts my heart that you have a clean art style, but your story is trash. No, you can't do this to me, dude. Don't do that to me. It's like you're a hot girl, but you're an idiot. It's like you're a hot woman, but you're an idiot. Oh, Jesus. Or you're a dude who's buff and you're strong as hell, but you're stupid as shit.
For the next,
no,
each new character reveal gets you more bricked up than the last. Wait,
it can't be.
What?
Would you still play 7 Days to Live?
That me, bro. Sorry about that. But yeah, I just hope this shit don't get canceled, bro. Monthly manga is so good for the artist, at least in comparison to the weekly format. It's a much more healthy schedule and workload, but with the way people are so fast to move on to the next thing these days, I'm kind of worried about its ability to keep up the hype, because we all know Shonen Jump will make a nigga walk the plank expeditiously. Shonen Jump said, nigga, fuck the art, fuck letting niggas cook, man. Let me see a money spread this instant. Let me see a money spread right now, young man. I'm sorry. Moral of the story is, I don't know. I just thought that would sound cool. But yeah, what do y'all think? For those who have read the one shot and the manga, do you agree that it's made a comeback? Or do you feel like the manga was always better? I'm interested to know genuinely, because the manga is slowly starting to gain a fan base due to everyone sipping over towel. But I haven't really seen much discourse about the actual story itself online yet. I'm gonna continue to hope and pray, but I believe GRG is on the rise. And potentially safe from cancellation for now. Knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood. I'm knocking on my right now. What the fuck? Sorry, okay. I really do hope we get to finish the story on Sano's terms though, because spawning peak fiction with the start that they had is truly impressive. I think we might have a generational banger on our hands, because if this ever gets an anime, it's up, nigga. It's up as fuck. The sales of Tao merch alone will easily confirm 3 seasons. I know that for a fact because it's gonna be due to me. Yes, I am the guy. Yes, I am the nigga.
Bro has to gas himself up before anyone else. I get it. I understand. When you're one of the first to talk about it, I understand. I know he's not the first to talk about it, but he's one of the first to at least bring it up before the anime comes out, or at least get a trailer. I think did it get a trailer? Did it get an anime trailer? I think it got an anime trailer. Did it get an anime trailer? No, I think someone mentioned it was gonna get. I got my brain not work. I don't remember. I'm thinking about another anime. I'm not sure. But, like, I can see it. I can see what he's doing.
Scale tile statue with movable grippers. I have no shame.
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform.
But yeah, thank you for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead, drop a tight shit in the comments, man. If you fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? I just want to say real quick though, man, thank y'all so much for the love y'all showed on the Noah Senpai video, bro. That shit has become my biggest video yet, and I almost
I don't know about that.
almost didn't even make that bitch, bro. I was actually really conflicted about dropping that vid because I haven't talked about a series that didn't have action or, you know what I'm saying, like a more chill series like that in a long time. So I was like, damn, are niggas gonna fuck with this? But niggas is fucking with it. I appreciate that, bro, for real. Thank y'all for all the support, all the kind comments and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for all the recommendations and suggestions as well. I have been taking screenshots and keeping note of those. Y'all got some taste, man. Y'all got some motherfucking taste, nigga. Hey, you talking about? Yeah, W fan base. But you know what I gotta do, man? Hashtag ad. I played Bayonetta for the first time on stream recently, and I finally cut down a funny moments vid of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and check that bitch out on the second channel, man. You know what I'm saying? It's only 12 minutes, bro. So, you know, please check it out. Please. You know what I'm saying? And if you fuck with shit like that, man, go ahead, follow me on Twitch type shit, my nigga. But if you fuck with streams but don't fuck with Twitch, that's fine, because we do stream on this very channel, man. So make sure you turn on that notification bell. And while we at it, man, go ahead and throw a like on the video. You know what I'm saying? Give a nigga a sub type shit, please. And if you want to keep up with me outside of all this, follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky type shit. You know what I'm saying, bro? I am telling you, I'm in that mode right now, but I'm in my bed, man. I'm in my motherfucking bed. I'm gonna be consistent from here on out, bro. I'm locked. The plan is a new video every month or every 2 months. It might be 2 months sometimes due to if I want to do like more longer videos and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, in between that, we be streaming this shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we ain't gonna be gone. But yeah, thank y'all so much for all the support.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have cut it off from here when they start doing the promotion thing, but I find his video pretty funny, so I'm gonna let him do his thing.
Man, it's really been like so inspiring. I can't even break it down, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But nah, thank y'all so much, man. Hey, check that pinned comment for links and shit. And you know, hey, if you're watching this video right now, I might be live for the VODs. Watch the VODs type shit. All right, I'm yapping, bro. I'm getting out of here. Thank y'all so much again, man. For real, truly, like from the bottom of my heart, bro. Thank y'all so much, bro. This shit has been such a blessing, bro. All the nice comments y'all have given me inspired me so much, bro. Dead ass. You know, I hope my videos can, you know what I'm saying, give y'all some joy, some enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? Help y'all in some shape or form. You feel me? But yeah, I hope y'all all have a blessed day and deuces.
Okay, so with that said, like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was pretty fun with Spaceman777. Give him a follow. I'll put his information in the description at the very top so you can see it, so you don't have to go look for it and all that great stuff in this video if you want to react to yourself. So with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one and all that great stuff. Yo. Alright. Should we do one more anime and then go to reaction to cringe videos? We only got 2 cringe videos and they're only like 10 minutes long. Maybe we should do one more. Really bounce on that. Let me see. I entered my first manga competition. Let's see. The greatest depiction of the strongest. 100, huh? Name is 100. How long? 16 minutes? Ooh, what is this? I might react to this trailer. That looks kind of lit. Well, everyone dies in the apocalypse. Oh, that's too long. Project Phantasma. The hell? What was that? That was weird. Alright. I'm looking for something more unhinged series, horror series that you have heard of. Ooh. Okay. Okay, we'll do this one.
Why should you?
Alright. So this is from Trippy Chris. TRPY. I'm pretty sure that means Trippy. The way it's spelled. Trippy Chris. He has 50,000 subscribers. Going on. Yeah, he has 50,000 subscribers. It says more unhinged horror series that you haven't heard of. So this is gonna be a set of horror anime or mangas that he's gonna recommend that you probably have never heard of, probably have or haven't, and all that great stuff. So let's jump into it.
Factor makes it
Let's stop these stupid commercials. Always trying to be a death of me.
My channel is supposed to highlight some underrated and upcoming horror series that no one really talks about. And there are a lot of series that I wish I could cover sooner.
You know what? I'm not even gonna do this. Let me see. Is this something that Dead Tube, Amori, and okay, these look like okay. I've never heard of these before.
Waiting 4 to 6 weeks to talk about. So I made an unhinged horror series video where we go over some of the upcoming series, and since y'all really liked the last one, here are some more unhinged horror series that y'all have never heard of. If you see a series that you think should be on this list, then scroll down and go ahead and tell me your favorite unhinged horror series.
But if you guys want to see more anime content like this one, then why not go down and hit that subscribe button.
And if y'all want another unhinged horror series video like this, then let's get this video to 3K likes. Also, we are hosting a massive voting poll for the month of December. Starting right now, you can vote for whatever horror content that you want me to cover in the future. So that means movies, TV shows, SCP, analog horror, YouTube video game, anything. Just anything related to horror. When you click the link in the description below, there will be a horror media poll to see what kind of horror media you guys like. Then you'll have 3 entries.
Alright, get to the point.
Okay, so I might be cheating here a bit, but Dandaran is one of the most fun series I have ever read and watched in a very long time. It has an amazing blend of comedy, action, school life drama, and of course, the scary imagery and moments. For those of you who have never heard of this series, it's about Momo Asae and Okurun striking up a unique friendship over ghosts and aliens. However, Asae doesn't believe in aliens and Okurun doesn't believe in ghosts. So they both go out to try to prove each other wrong. This sparks up a young love story between them while they're getting hunted down by horny spirits and aliens. I would consider Dandaran horror the same way something like JJK or Attack on Titan is horror. It's filled with extremely creative and creepy monster designs while
I wouldn't call it more. I wouldn't call it horror. I will call it action horror. Because it's half actionate but horror depictions. I think that makes more sense. Calling it just horror kind of is misleading. Because I only consider horror when the characters are like pretty much like in a situation where they can't really defend themselves in a way they can. When they get superpowers and stuff, I think it kind of defeats the purpose. I would call something like JJK, Chainsaw Man, I guess you can even say Bleach. As well, they actually have terms for it in manga or at least in anime. They call them exorcist type anime or manga because they're more exorcising demons and ghosts and stuff. And then I don't think they actually have like exorcise spirits yet. They don't feel like that way. More like they just fight spirits and aliens and stuff. But since there's aliens and not just focus on spirits, I think it should be just called action horror. Or action horror sci-fi. Or is that action sci-fi horror? There we go. Action sci-fi horror. That makes more sense.
It has a lot of comedy and
I don't
drama.
think it should be just horror.
I still think it deserves a spot on this list just for how amazing this series has been. The best part about this series are the characters and the really wacky scenarios that the two main characters get into. And with more characters being added within each arc, the characters have just become more enjoyable and fun to watch. Both the manga and the anime are amazing, and by the time this video drops, the last episode has already been released. So if you want to start reading after the anime, you can always start at the chapter on screen. So even though this series isn't super hardcore, gory, or overly horrifying, I still think that it's worth the read to anybody that likes anime and manga in general. After God is an action-packed horror series about Japan getting invaded by gods. Tokyo has been declared a danger zone and has been tightly sealed off from the public. Anyone who takes a glance at the gods would die from how beautiful they are. The series follows Tokunagi, a researcher guarding the fences so no one crosses over and dies from the gods. He meets up with Waka, a girl who went to Tokyo to try to find her friend. Together, their fate will change the outcome of the entire world as they figure out how to get rid of these massive gods. The series is, like I said, very action-packed, kind of a mix of Jujutsu Kaisen with its fighting and the world building of like a creature mixed with a starving anonymous Ri to an extent. While at first it is a bit confusing and kind of uninteresting, after the first chapter it does get a lot better and more fleshed out, but sadly there aren't a lot of chapters in English, but if you can read Portuguese or Vietnamese, then I highly recommend the read and make up your own opinion. But for what there is out there in English, I still think it's pretty good and worth the read. DeadTube is the series that I will never make a standalone video on. DeadTube is a extremely gory, extremely sexual horror series about a teenage boy named Machiya getting a request to film a girl named Mashiro for 3 days straight. And the catch is that he can't ever stop recording. Eventually, it turns out that he's filming snuff films of Mashiro murdering people and posting it on DeadTube to get views and make money. So basically, just killing people and then posting the video on LiveLeak. While Machiya says that he hates it, in reality, he actually finds it very arousing, as the rest of the series is just them filming more and more videos, with every arc turning more gory, more sexual, and just fully messed up. It's the infamous series that everyone wants me to cover, but YouTube would absolutely hate me for making this video. It really is truly disgusting, disturbing, and like I said, extremely sexual to the point where it's pretty much just porn, and also torture porn. The series is not for the faint of heart, and it is one of those series that I kind of actually regret reading because of how messed up and so sexual it is. So if you think you have the guts for it, then go ahead and read it on your own.
Isn't it the worst when you're surfing online, shopping, searching for a recipe, or just mindlessly scrolling, but pesky ads keep popping up? Pi offers the perfect solution. Pi.
Omori is well known as the popular psychological horror game from 2020. The manga adaptation with the same name is made by Nuo Kononito and the game company Omocat. The story follows Sunny, a teenage boy who hasn't left his house in 4 years, living in his own little world after an incident. Hoping for a fresh start for her son, his mother decides to move their family out of town. However, when his childhood friend re-enters his life, Sunny finds himself thrust back into the world that he once knew. With only 3 days before the move, the duo come across familiar faces as they go through town, reawakening a dark past that Sunny has tried so hard to forget about. The manga is telling the story of the game. Now, I haven't really finished the game, but the manga does start off differently and follows the narrative more straightforward compared to the game. I will say that the video game is a lot better just due to the creepiness and interactive aspect of it. However, the manga has some beautiful art, some really creepy imagery, and of course a tragic story that keeps us at the edge of our seats. If you've never played the game before, I highly recommend both the game and the manga, and if you've already played the game, I also highly recommend the manga to just see a really cool perspective on this story. N is a mystery anthology series of different tragic cases. Some cases like 5 missing junior high schoolers to an entire elementary school massacre, all related due to the letter N left behind at each crime scene. An urban legend circulates suggesting that the N is related to a religious group thought to have collapsed 2,000 years ago. But what does the N actually mean? I love this series. It reminds me a lot of PTSD Radio, not just because it's an anthology series, but also with its religious themes and really creepy imagery. It's not a series that revolves around a set of characters like Scooby-Doo, but instead revolving around a religious group that prays to this evil god. It's an interesting mystery, and seeing how all of the chapters kind of connect in a way is really cool. They do have some cool spirit designs, but most of the horror isn't even from monsters or gods, but just the messed up situations that are happening. It only has 9 chapters out right now, and since each chapter are named after letters, I'm guessing there's going to be around 25 to 26 chapters. so it's best to catch this series while it's still young. And speaking of anthology series, The Urban Legend Files is an anthology series following Mokume joining a university for their
Thank you.
occult club, where they find urban legends and cryptids. However, the club hasn't really been the same since one of their members, Kugutsu, left. Kugutsu would attract urban legends left and right, similar to what Mokume can do. So, she tries to convince him to come back to the club with some coupons and some money. The first chapter they go after the slit-mouthed woman. The chapters after that followed the same two main characters and the rest of the club members trying to find other Japanese urban legends. While it is horror, the series is mainly a comedy, but you guys know that I love a really good anthology series, and especially one based on urban legends and cryptids, so this series was just an automatic favorite of mine. The only complaint I do have is that we don't really know much about the urban legends. Like, I wish they gave them a bit of a backstory to
We're
make the
doing a
slit-
reaction on anime stuff right now, so far we're doing a reaction on these. What is this thing not charging? Doing a reaction on. There we go. Doing a reaction on these animes that these mangas that we are doing on. So I said that 3 times. From other creators and giving our opinions, or at least stopping it just to give how we feel about it so far.
Mouth woman before we actually saw her, but they could fix that in later chapters, so it's not really that big a deal. It's also brand new. It's only 4 chapters in as of recording this, so you could basically binge the whole thing in under an hour or 2. Plus, it is free on Manga Shueisha. The only thing that sucks is that I'm really dying to read some more chapters. H.P. Lovecraft is, without a doubt, the most influential but also genre-defying authors in the horror scene. Edgar Allan Poe was the master of building up suspense and scares, but H.P. Lovecraft was just the master of unhinged, terrifying monsters and lore, focusing on the weird, unexplained phenomenon that seems so far-fetched and out of this world, mainly about human beings subjected to powerful cosmic beings. His concepts became so unhinged, similar works would be considered Lovecraftian horror. While many knew his name and the creatures that he created, not a lot of people actually read his work, let alone even tried to imagine what his work was like. So, in 2005, Go Tanabe was introduced to H.P. Lovecraft's Call of Cthulhu, and by 2007, adapted one of his stories into manga. His career became known for adapting and drawing most of H.P. Lovecraft's work and showing the new generation the insane mind of Lovecraft through manga. Stories like The Shadow over Innsmouth, At the Mountains of Madness, and Lovecraft's most famous work, The Call of Cthulhu. His art is amazing, the dialogue isn't Old English, and the designs of the characters and monsters are really, really well done. While Tanabe doesn't just adapt Lovecraft stories, he's well known for it, and I would love to read more of his work. Maybe later in 2025 you'll even see me cover one of these series. Hint hint. Now the last and weirdest entry on this list has to go to Her Face at the Witching Hour, made by the creator of Beastars, so you already know it's gonna be really weird. It's about a wife named Megumi Sano who isn't sexually satisfied with her husband, Yuji Sano. Megumi also seems—
What? These names. Megami. Yuji. Sano. Sano. What the hell? These are 3 names from like Jujutsu Kaisen.
to have a strong spiritual presence. One night, while having sex, Megami suddenly sees a ghost. However, the humiliation of being seen having boring sex overweighs her fear. The ghost would visit her every night in the bathroom,
she's gonna get
but
aroused
for
by
what
it.
purpose? Well, spoiler alert, she's basically cheating on her husband with a ghost. The series is brand new with only 3 chapters so far, so there's not really much to spoil since the story is just starting out, but it is very, very weird, very suggestive, and has some very similarities to the author's one-shot Drip Drip. The reaction to this series was very mixed, with even some fans worrying about the author's sex life. I didn't like the sexual parts of this series, but the mangaka has said that the first 3 chapters were mainly focused on the erotic parts. However, the series wants to focus more on the actual story than the erotic stuff later on. The actual story they're telling is about the wife feeling unhappy and feeling conflicted about cheating. Is like kind of interesting to say the least, but the whole cheating on my husband with a ghost part is, I think, a little too weird. Maybe weird enough for you guys to even enjoy. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If there is a series that you think should have been on this list, then let me know in the comments below. Remember to join the Discord server and to vote on our massive voting poll for December. Both links will be in the description below. And if you want more horror manga videos like this one, then why not scroll down and hit that subscribe button. But I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.
Alright, so that's the final video for today for when it comes to anime stuff. I hope you guys enjoy this. Like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment. Give Trippy Chris a follow. I'll put his information in descriptions like I do with all of the creators who do recommendations so they get the shine they deserve. And they do a great job of what they do. So with that said, like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cool. Alright. Now, we have one. Well, this is, I said it was the last anime one, but this one's a trailer. I don't know what this anime is. This is a trailer to an anime. It's called Sanda TV anime Sanda teaser preview PV scheduled to air in autumn 2025. I'm not familiar with this at all. I don't know about this anime, but it looks interesting based on the thumbnail. So maybe some of you may know what this is manga wise and might be excited for this. Maybe it's brand new to you as well. So I'm gonna play this trailer as a reaction just to see how we think about it. It's from Akita Publishing, so I guess it's a new kid on the block making new anime in Japan, I believe. So let's play it, and after that we'll do our cringe videos, or funny meme videos, or try not to laugh videos. Wait. This looks familiar. Oh, this goes hard. Bro, what is this? Now I want this to be anime. I want them to animate Gacha Kuda now. This looks good. That goes hard. What the hell? What is this? Bro, what is this? This goes. Look at this. Let me go back a little bit. Like, it gives me that clean, fully cool look. Like, bro, this goes hard. Let me see who said that to me. Alright, you can send it to me. Okay, now I'm kind of hyped for this. I kind of want to see what this anime is about. I think we... Okay. So... Oh my god, that's crazy. Like... I think this is something I would... I want to get into. I want to know what this anime is. I think we actually did a video with this before. You can send it on... Just send it to me on Instagram for now, since I can just access it there. But before we watch that, let's get to the cringe videos, because I know I've been kept on saying it. So let me just get to that first before anything. So we'll play this one. This one's 17 minutes. And then... So this one says, you laugh, you restart, extreme challenge. So let's see what happens. From Men, I'm Dead. Oh god.
What do you call a driver who races cars? What do you call a driver who races cars?
What do you call a driver that races car? A racist?
I guess I will.
Okay, I'll check in a second. Damn, bro.
You got Brad Pitt, Tommy Lee Jones, Ruth.
Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. I think it was Nuga. Nuga, I think. N-U-G-G-A. I think that's literally his
You're
name.
under arrest, so that's why you got handcuffs on, okay? So you're gonna stay here. Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
So we're not gonna let you go.
Oh.
Ireland has got to be home to some of the world's most unbelievably pointless fucking traffic lights.
Nose is big as hell, boy.
Yo, dick small, cuz.
I'm a child, nigga, a no.
Bro. Bro. He's not wrong. Kid is not wrong. He is a child, so like, what are you expecting? That's the best response. That was the best base response I ever heard. Hey, so what's going on, bro?
Joe, are you possessed? Oh my!
Is there anything today that I ate that wasn't microwave? You fucking donut. Of course you don't put fucking...
I wonder what's in this.
Nigga in the back. What? No. No.
Oh shit, you going crazy.
You rather cheat on your girl or snitch on your mans?
Cheat on my bitch.
How about you?
What?
I'm cheating at her grandpa.
He's not serious, is he? Bro said he'll cheat on her with her grandpa? What?
Well, that's it. Oh, God.
Al, everybody in our family's name starts with a K. And the three of us girls even formed our own club. We call it the KKK.
Goddamn, bro. I'm like,
Did that really happen?
Yeah, I can say good morning to everyone.
Good morning, niggas.
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy
birthday.
Yvonne, just go to the office.
What did I do?
Just go to the office.
What did I do? Just go. What did I...
Can I please get a 6-piece chicken tender with a Dr. Pepper and a medium Sprite with some ranch and buffalo?
You're fucking with me.
Though, like, they really do. Why the fuck would you grab my noodles? Is you fucking dumb? Like, you really fucking home?
Most speeding. Look at it. I don't like, okay, wait, what? Oh, what? What the?
Bro really did not have to crash it over some noodles, like, seriously. Like, wait, did she actually grab the noodles? Wait, I wasn't even looking. I need to see that again.
Though, like, they really do. Why the fuck would you grab my noodles? Is you fucking dumb? Like, you really fucking home?
Most speeding. Look at it. I don't like, okay, wait, what? Oh, what? What the?
Okay.
No, let's...
Стойте, молодочек. Дальше, держите, до контини.
From my mother. Where are you from?
I'm from my mother also.
Hey, let's go,
You're from
Remy.
where, really?
I'm from California.
California, America.
Yeah.
South America. And you from where?
I'm from Korea.
Korea. Oh, Kuna Matata.
Who said you from America? What about you? I'm from Korea. Oh, Korea, Akuna Matata. Like, wait, what? You got wrong country.
I said, how long y'all been together?
Bro had to finish what he started. Hey. Why? Why? Why are you built like this? Kid, you could have stopped this, but you allow it. Wow. Why are you built like this, bro?
I'm gonna touch you. Alright, dude. What the flip?
The fact that he didn't curse in the first, like the facts. I know, but like it's still funny up to this day. So like, even though he's not cursing, that's still to this day still funny. Damn.
Bro, nigga. What's up, bro?
What the flip, bro? Man, this is old, like a praying mantis.
So we're not about to address the elephant in the room? What are you talking about? Okay, fine, my ex and I will get back together. Oh, no, you gotta be...
Boss, I think someone in the office is possessed by an owl.
Someone in the office is possessed by an owl?
Yeah.
Gotcha. We got you. We got him. We got him, guys. We got him. Oh, damn. So you break
That's on
dance
a clipboard, you can get away with anything. So let's go check it out. See, guys, it is just this easy, bro. It is this easy. It is this easy, bro. Oh my gosh! Dude,
Да подожди, куда ты лезешь? Я же джентльмен. Yo, let me know, ready? Is this expired or not? Bro, you not the...
Y'all, why they got me playing Uno on the board?
Do you got another drop?
No, I got reverse.
What the hell?
You can't reverse through here. We're trying to figure out what's
What the
going
hell?
on here. I'm not sure if this is a sinkhole to China or what. I think I see something.
My dreams
Hold on
make
now.
sense.
Girls gotta take their time getting pretty. You think all this was an accident?
Yes.
Yep.
Right, tinky. That's sick. You don't need it, Sakai. That's
Bro, had the backup for the backup for the
Daddy,
backup.
you gotta
What the
answer some
hell?
questions when you get up here.
What do you mean?
Why is my brother black?
Why is your brother black? What do you mean?
You gotta see this. Somebody lying.
Why are you white?
That's still funny.
You got attitude, bro. I don't like that weight. That shit sounded a little too... Do it again.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait.
Ma'am, did you just move here? Yeah. There's a lot of kids playing around here. Okay.
I've lived in this apartment for 3
Bro, really? Bro presetted that real fast. He didn't know what to do with himself.
years, and I never figured out where this is connected to.
Today is Cement Awareness Month, and I just wanted to shine light on that. Is actually styrofoam, believe it or not. You can never tell these days because okay, that's real cement. I almost said semen. Excuse me, I'm doing a video for cement. God, come on. Anyway, semen.
Где у нас виши стоят? Сначала, смотрите, проходите прямо, потом можно налево повернуть, а потом направо опять. Fucking sheep outside. There's a sheep outside.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
What's happening?
What?
What's happening?
He's taking a shit in my fucking front garden.
Oh yeah, you can't be doing that.
What are you doing? I got caught short. I've got diarrhea. I'm sorry. I'll clear it up. You didn't even have diarrhea. I did have diarrhea. It's fucking lumps. It's all over my fucking trainers.
There are 7 floors in this parking garage. Look at all of these fucking spaces, okay? Why did this fucking single fucking lot have a fucking pipe leak?
Who's those folks? Who's those?
Yeah. He's leaving. He's gone. He ain't coming back. Bro is not coming back. Can you make it? Bro, God.
No, not unless you would have gotten us at the very beginning and said that you didn't like your meal. I could have replaced it for you.
So I gotta pay for that.
Yeah, you ate the whole entire thing, sir. There's not even like.
So she telling me I got to pay for that?
I mean, let me ask the audience.
Bro, what's wrong with your eye? You need to get checked out. Oh, hell nah. Cuz trying to raise me up to go for a walk. Hey, yo.
The dog's like, come on, let's go outside, bro. The way he did, whoa. What the hell? Is that a cat? Hey, bud, what are you doing?
What is this?
Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem.
Oh, the jet. Is that really happening? Oh my god. This is my first time actually seeing a dog fart. Is he really farting? That's wild.
Oh my god.
I'm getting definitely in trouble.
They are.
Yep.
Oh, I've seen this one.
What are they doing?
Well, I don't know. Wait, check the comments.
Okay, what number is this one?
Oh, yeah, it's 244691.
Got it.
What is it?
This one's called What the Turkey's Doing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Duty call. It's 11:59 at night, Monday. Just finished up my last back to school cut. Had to do a quick little lineup real fast. Yes, sir.
It looks like a human. Like a Fu Manchu or something.
Spiffy. You know you bad.
When you're just a dog, and you don't know how to respond, you're just a dog. Yeah, that looks terrifying.
How many pickles?
Bro, that looks terrifying.
No.
What the hell?
No, dang on. Wait a minute, I know what. Why y'all didn't get on the bus? Y'all got Jace out here walking? It left us. The bus didn't leave, y'all. I just saw the bus go around the corner. I literally just put y'all at the bus stop. Why y'all didn't get on the bus? Y'all trying to skip school? Okay, wait a minute. Bring y'all butt. What the?
Where are they going?
Following me. Every time I turn around to confront
You know, it's one thing if one of them skips school. It's a whole different story when they all skip school as siblings. That what is happening at home? You know what I'm saying? Like, think of it to yourself. Like, put that in perspective. If they're all skipping at once, and they're all different age groups, they're not like one age group, and they're all siblings, why are you all skipping? No one's got to find out where that... Okay. That's weird.
He freezes like he's invisible.
Okay? Okay. We just like to get put up from this two way here.
I just heard a song on here talking about touching butts and reaching for guts, and I just want to say, fellas, don't do that, because one of y'all will catch a case and go to jail, and you'll have some guy in D Block touching on your butt, reaching for your gut.
A tatuagem é a única coisa que você faz hoje. Enquanto você estiver vivo, você vai estar aproveitando seu dinheiro.
Oh no, I stalled my car. Let me get it started real quick.
This is taping. We have witnesses.
Look at that shit. No part of that. Damn, bro.
以上、ここまでは地震関連のニュースを福岡のスタジオからお伝えしました。
Bro was deleted from the timeline.
Wave check.
Man got the sickest waves. What the hell? What the hell? Bro. Bro went upwards. How did he go upwards? That's not how gravity works, bro. Damn.
Yes, I am. I'm not a child, Heidi. I'm a grown man.
Yo, Randy, you bald as shit.
We've been having.
Are you ready to put an effort? Yeah. Okay, then let's go, buddy. You're wasting my time. Red, yellow, red, super yellow. Great posture. Free kick. Wait for my whistle. Good. Offside. Ref, you don't even know what offside is. That's not offside. Where are your eyeballs? They're non-existent. You garbage. Garbage.
This can't be real.
Man's driving a
That
shit.
can't be real. That can't be real. That can't be real. Wait for my whistle.
On the M25. What the actual fuck? A shed. You know what? I'm finished. That is the best. Get me one. Fuck a Mercedes.
Can't wait to hop on with some Fortnite. Fuck. Wrong channel. Where's my channel? There it is.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
All right. What are we doing? So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended,
That is correct, Your Honor.
and he was just driving, and
Yeah.
he didn't have a license. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Did you find?
Man's an idiot.
Oh, thank you.
Ready to see how much you want, bro? Yeah, let me see. What the fuck, bro? What, bro? You won't believe it. You lying? How much, bro? You won't believe it. You lying? I know you lying. Bro, you will not believe it. Come inside. You lying, bro? I'm not lying, bro. I'm lying.
He didn't lie. He didn't lie. He didn't lie. You just won't believe it though. You didn't lie. Roxina. Yeah! Who does like this? Alright, so that was that video right there. So that is you make you laugh. It made me laugh. I had to restart anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So we're doing one last video. I was gonna do another one, but I'll just use the one that Mono gave me, and then we'll call it a night because it's already 7:40. Is that Evil Spider-Man? Oh my God! Did he just pull? Evil! Oh my God! Bro, imagine if he could do that. Wait, can he do that? Wait, he can do that, can he? That's evil. That was the new Jeff. Alright, let me see here. No, let me see. Don't like this. I don't think it's a good idea I play this video because it says what it says. And I do not want to get in trouble with this. So sadly, Mono can't watch this one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm eventually look into it, but I can't play it because it says on the screen. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. So what we'll do, I'll look at it later because it's telling me about this, and I don't know. That's gonna be something that they'll pull against me. Let's see. What is this?
Just hope it doesn't dip my GPA.
Karen?
Huh?
It's only down to AB honor roll. I wouldn't worry.
Megan?
A again.
Nicole!
What?
You got an F!
Are you assuming my cup size?
You failed the test! Can't you take anything in this class seriously?
Dude, you're like the white guy in every Martin Lawrence movie.
Excuse me? Class in the old 9, okay.
Can I wash your car? No. Can I wash your dad's car?
No one wants you to wash their fucking car.
No, but I need money. How do I get money?
Since when do you want to buy a collectible? Collectibles are for men who have wallet chains.
You think Emily would have anything guys like that want?
I mean, she's a girl with a pulse, right?
No, she's got a belt, but not like any belt. It's Avril Lavigne's fuck belt.
Like
what?
a strap-on?
No, like the buckle just says fuck on it.
That's pretty cool. An Avril Lavigne on it? How'd Emily get it?
I don't know. She met her at a party or something.
That bitch lies about everything.
Since when?
She said she hooked up with Kurt Cobain even though he killed himself when she was like 3.
Or what if Kurt Cobain was a really bad guy?
Let's just ask her. I gotta buy some pills anyway.
Yeah, she's got a picture of it on her phone.
Come on, vote out already! How much did you put in?
Is this a real anime?
Just seeing if I can get a free one. But Emily, show her the belt.
Oh my God, this bitch is making me angry the way they speak.
Check it out. Damn, it is real.
Told you. Still $1,000, right?
Yeah, don't worry. A guy also sent me one of Kelly's titty pics. Oh shit.
Her nipples are fucked up.
Before I forget, you got any Xanax I could buy?
I might have some.
That's all Xanax, right?
No, I got everything in here. Adderall.
Yeah, I don't think it's good. Let's not with this one. It's I hate YouTube. I hate YouTube. God, I hate YouTube because it's just a. Maybe I don't think it's a good idea to play this. Yeah, okay. I may have to look into the game. I'll have to look into this. All right, so we'll play another and last video of a cringe video. And we'll go out of here. I'll look into the video though. I'll look into the game. I'll do it. I'm doing well. Yes, it's Candy. I'm doing well. How about you, bro? What's up, Mom? Wait, we just saw this. Okay, we've seen this. I think. Did we see this? Yeah, we've seen this. This is the okay. So let me see. I do remember the name Mall. I do remember the mall name. You know what? We'll end it up with. You know what? We're gonna end it off here with.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity software where you can manage everything and anything related.
So you know what? This will do. We'll just end it off with this because it is a minute long. Because I have like. Have I? Yeah, that's probably a long time ago then. Well, what brings you back to the stream? We're gonna do one last video here. We'll do with new panty and stocking. We'll do this trailer reaction. So we'll jump into that and see if we can knock that out. All right, so let's see. New panty and stocking with Garbelt. It was Garbelt. Garbelt. Official. Okay, I get it. New panty stocking with Garbelt. Official teaser 2025. And that's the problem, because if it's from that time, you know it's gotta be offensive as hell. Because whatever is considered offensive now is like a crime. All right, let's jump into this. I was so worried that this was never going to be like made. I really didn't think. See, okay, later, bro. I was not sure if this show was gonna be ever made, but it did come back, so I was like, yeah, let's go. I don't think Trigger is known as for doing a lot of sequels of their own series. If you're not offended by that game, you aren't playing it correctly. Alright, so that was the panty and stocking trailer. That was really interesting. I'm glad that this show is still going. It has awesome action and it's very raunchy. I don't know how raunchy it's going to get compared to the last one, but I'm pretty sure they're going to up the ante on this one. So, with that said, I'm going to let you guys go and I'm going to finish off my thumbnail. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be playing Marvel Rivals, so look out for that. And continue trying to go up that diamond rank. We're so close to diamond rank because I'm on gold. Finally passed the gold rank, so hopefully we get the diamond and higher. So with that said, okay. Oh, it's those types. Okay, it's those storytelling types. So with that said, have a great night, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great night and all that great stuff. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm on at 5 p.m. till 9. So remember, if you don't know the scheduling, go to the Discord and you can check in announcements. We'll put in a section where the... Sure. So... So what we're gonna do is that I'm gonna be on tomorrow at 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. tomorrow. So if you guys are here, check out the scheduling. We have a stream schedule. It's gonna be on Discord if you don't know. Follow the Discord in the link in the bio in the descriptions, a lot of great stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. There, guys.